squad, turn that shit up, man.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
The following show is for mature audiences only. Shy City Sports.
Watch the tape, and when you see the tape, you know the tape doesn't lie, and the tape doesn't lie.
Ted Phillips again. That's where we were.
Oh, I know. There he sat. You guys, it was like, it was deja vu.
Yeah,
for like
sure
how
was.
many times now? Every coach they've hired. It's like, here's Ted in the corner and here's George sitting up there smiling about how great of a job they did together. It just, it doesn't feel different enough. It doesn't feel different enough.
I took my daughter to her pediatrician that morning, and when all of the news broke, of course, as soon as I left the house, so I said to Phil, I'm like, they did it. And he's like, oh man, here we go. We're going to get ramped up. And he's like, you think they're going to strut Ted out there? And I'm like, oh, if they do, it's the wrong move. But a little bit beyond that, and I know we'll get into this just a little bit later, but I think they made up for it when they made the right move by bringing Justin Fields out afterwards. I thought that was 100% the right move.
That spoke so loudly to me as well, because the last time we saw Justin, I mean, you guys watched him throughout the season. The first couple press conferences, he was all like smiles and energy. And then those last few weeks before he was injured and unable to talk to us, but like he just looked defeated. He looked defeated. He looked like he didn't have any answers and he didn't know what was going on. And it's just that him to come out and kind of be that leadership voice, I think is huge for him, for his confidence, for the way that this is kind of a clean slate for everybody. I thought that was a big deal too, for sure. My first thought in hearing him talk and like seeing him in person was that he was a cross between Matt Nagy and Mark Trestman. And because I say that because he was all about like the feels and the relationships, which was a la Trestman, right? It was all about, are we all on the kumbaya? And then he said a lot of the same coach speak and philosophy that Nagy had, and maybe he's the right combination. I hear nothing but wonderful things out of Indianapolis about him. Nothing. Like I have a dear friend who covers the team there, and he's good friends with Matt Eberflus, plays in his golf tournament. Like he knows this guy. He said, you are going to love him. He gets everybody's attention. He gets them all on the same page. And I was messaging with a couple players after he was hired, like, hey, can you give me anything? Like tell us anything about him. And they said he changed the way they play the game. And I feel like that is, if that's the message that he's sending to this team, they should be excited about that, because that is different. That's not somebody trying to figure it out. It's somebody who's prepared for it. And that's the other thing I heard in his introductory press conference was that he's ready to be a head coach. He's been waiting a long time for this. Even yesterday, coming back to Indy as a head coach, he said, I've been preparing for this for 30 years. And Matt Nagy was almost thrown into it before he was prepared to be a head coach, I think. And that was part of the reason that he struggled. He didn't have the experience that Eberflus does. Yes, not as a head coach, but he has the experience of years of being in a system, of being at every single level, of winning at every single level. And he's bringing all of that with him. And that's going to get players' attention, even more so having great players from Indianapolis screaming the praises of Eberflus. That's going to echo in a Bears locker room when somebody new is coming in. So those are my impressions of him. I liked even yesterday the way he answers questions. They're not going to give us much. They never are, guys. Like, why are we trying to get something special out of them? It's not going to be that way. But when he was talking a little bit about like what do you expect out of your 3 technique, right? And he said it so matter-of-factly. And he's like, I expect you to be here and here. And it was just like he was coaching us to do it. And it was like, okay,
gotta get in B gap, Dion.
But but I think that the thing I got about that was that he'll meet them where they're at, if that makes sense. Like that's the way that sounded to me. He was like, if I can say it this way, I'm just gonna say it this way. And I think he can read the room well enough to know that he can connect with these guys and get out of the best out of them. I think he's ready for that. I think he's hiring the right people around him. They're not gonna they're not going to wow us with these super entertaining press conferences. That's never going to happen. I wish that it would. I mean, it'd be so much fun, but at the same time, that's not what it's about. It's about winning games. And I think that we have to give them the benefit of the doubt to see if they can.
He didn't really say too much about Roquan Smith. I mean, he's going to be here. I think he's going to be moving to the will linebacker position, but all that. But to me, Roquan Smith is another guy that needs to transform his body to take that next leap, because Roquan is not body beautiful, sculpted from
he's
Zeus.
Not. He's not chiseled. He's not chiseled.
The Greek Adonis.
Right.
But he's got the skills, you guys.
Yeah,
he's got it. That's why
absolutely.
if they can get him in shape a little bit more. I'm worried a little bit about Tariq. I did not like the way he responded to that yesterday, and it is taking so long for him to heal.
I don't think Tariq likes us at this.
Just
network.
as a network, we were stunned universally when they extended him. I mean, he's had his flashes, but to me, I understand the personal stuff, and I do feel awful for him, the situation with his twin brother and all of that. And obviously, Matt Nagy's never come out and said it, but this kid has obviously had some sort of a setback or a second procedure on his knee. And when you're at that position and your entire game is based on being elusive and planting your leg, I don't know, man. And I don't think he's going to be here. I just don't.
I don't either.
They got to move money around, and I don't expect it. And I'm not sure if I hate to say where people are in their mental space, but I don't know if you can't be 92% bought in the NFL. And I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if Tariq is there.
I agree with you 100% that he got the shitty end of the stick, because he wasn't in the right system. They weren't utilizing him properly. And again, I think he has displayed the skill set to be that elite level, top 5 back. But the fact is, we just haven't seen that. So it's hard for me to say I would rather have him over a Kamara, over a Jonathan Taylor. I can't say that because we just haven't seen it. Now, put him in the right situation, could he do that? Perhaps. Again, he's shown the skill set to be able to do that. He's got to see it. A lot of that was on Matt Nagy, man, trying to bring his, Chiefs system over to the Bears, and that's fine if you have those pieces, but you don't, right? And so that was the first thing I asked Luke Getsy when we had a chance to talk to him and say, listen, the previous regime came over, they come over from a high-powered offense, and they tried to implement that same system, even though they didn't have the same personnel. You come down from a high-powered, prolific offense. Even though you don't have Devontae Adams, you don't have Aaron, are you going to try to do that? Are you going to try and coach to the players that you have? Because I think that's the sign of any good coach. Can you tailor your system and your week-to-week game plan to the roster that you have currently? And if you can do that, then I think the Bears will have some success. They could have had some success last year or the previous, but they stubbornly chose to play one way, even though their roster probably dictated they should play a different way.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
I was trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Here it is! Just reported.
Just no consultation.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition.
Keeping it 100. The smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real.
dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters, but now they're moused up like the true and now and laters. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Tabor. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks trolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. 100's what we do when we're breaking down the bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the armchair. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Max Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun day. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100. Keeping it 100, baby.
Keeping it 100. Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Draft Dr. Phil.
Keeping it 100.
Shit. Money Man Marsaw. And the guard. Draft Claudio.
Yo, this is Claudio the Barber, and this is Shy City Sports Keeping It 100. What is going on right now? I have no clue. Listen, we got another great show for you tonight. We got former Virginia Tech offensive lineman Brock Hoffman coming on. So, you know what? Let's just fuck all this shit. Bring on the men, the myths, and the legends. Shayne, the smartest man, Marsaw, and Draft Dr. Phil.
What's up, Claudio?
I don't know what's up, dude.
You look like you were you saw a ghost there for a second.
You know what happened, Claude? I'm trying to. You're putting the music in too early.
Oh, you can hear it on over the intro.
We can hear it on the other side. Competing. You gotta wait till you're about ready. This might help you.
I know, but that was never
We're
the
only
case.
entering year 3.
We're learning as we
go.
go.
Year 3 here. Keeping it. Is it year 3?
We're gonna be hit. Yeah, it's gonna be
approaching.
Gonna be yeah, it'll be this summer. But yeah, we're
this
on
summer will be year 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. I was feeling the music. I don't know what happened there. I like music going around when I'm talking and breaking down this great game of football. The best game of football.
You like non-copywritten music. That's what I like.
We have a music producer who's outstanding.
The best.
He really is. I know Barlissimo would like to spend $13,000 on protected music, but we have our own guy to make our own music. In fact, next week, breaking news, Shayne, we will debut our new song. And if you're following me on Instagram, which I don't know, our names don't come up. We need Ron G to make a background with our names on the bottom, so we don't have to worry about this, Ron.
He's probably listening right now. And
Ron, 2 minutes.
He's on it. I'm on it.
There we are. So follow me on Instagram at Phil_Atosha. Follow Shayne on Twitter at Shayne with a Y, N-E.
And Marsaw, not Marsaw.
There's
Adam
no
Rank.
H.
Come on, Adam Rank.
There's no fucking H, Rank.
Finally get my chance. And Shayne Marsaw. Fucking
bring on the.
We love you, Adam.
Next on the Sick Podcast, the Bears blog breaking down defensive tackles.
Yeah.
Can you break them down? What I heard. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. I get fired up. All these fucking blog boys, Shayne. Do you know they took my term,
blog boys,
Bears blog boys, and they made their own show and podcast after it?
Yeah.
Do they owe me some credit in TTNL?
Nobody's watching.
I know no one's
don't
watching
need
that, but it just
Kyle Morant's definitely not watching.
I wouldn't even publicize it. It's all good.
Listen, they deserve one little bit. I have not heard your show, but it would be a little bit of class if you reached out to me and said, hey, appreciate you guys. You mind if I do this?
But we do have
I know you coined that term.
I know we have an important thing to do here. We're changing things up a little bit different. We're going to have Brock Hoffman coming on here in about 15 minutes, but we have another little surprise for our TTNL world out there.
Well, that's right, Shayne. We have a surprise for if you're a patron. Ron G didn't put the fucking website on this background either, Shayne.
The tapeneverlies.com. You think Jackle would be typing that out right now?
The tapeneverlies.com, Jackle. Can you scroll it and do shit? Nope, he's not doing shit. I'm waiting now. I don't see any scroll on the bottom. There. No, that's fucking Twitter. Awful.
See, I'm not the only one that fucks up, I guess, huh?
There we go. TapeNeverLies.com. If you're a patron, this guy won a contest. He's coming on the show. From now on, patrons are getting red carpet treatment here on the Tape Never Lies.
You want to sign up, become a TTNL patron, check us out. You won't regret it.
Pushing for 1,000, Shayne.
Yeah, pushing to 1K. And this guy has been with us for a long time and
been with us
early and often supports us. And we're going to start giving back to some of these patrons that give so much to us. Yeah.
The Aaron Rodgers patrons.
Right.
The prima donnas.
Yeah. So
I love your show, but
love it.
I
But
think you should do.
I fucking hate Shayne and Draft Doctor. I love the show, but I fucking hate those two.
Let Shayne talk more.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Well, Shayne says that. I mean, so
Jackle, let Jackle have his own show on Patreon.
But let's get our guy in.
Get him out here.
Yeah, let's
we
get
do
him.
it in our way, Claudio. He doesn't even know this. This is what we do for our patrons when you're coming. Every guest now that comes on this show, they get their own intro. This is our special intro for our guy. I'll let the intro the patron for show. J.O.
This motherfucker is a 1994 graduate of Romeoville High School. After that, it was off to the esteemed University of Vincennes, where he studied applied sciences that has contributed to him having exactly one follower on Twitter. Bears fans, TTNL fans, we're bringing out a TTNL Network Patron tonight.
It Never Lies Network.
Since we couldn't get on his wife Trisha, we had to settle for this guy. He's TTNL patron number 487. He's Jason Onstead.
There he is.
You're on the air, baby. You're on. You did it. You made it.
You made it.
They could be twins, him and Rebel.
Did it. That's my son.
Yeah.
Actually.
What's up, Jason Onstead?
What is up, gentlemen? I am doing wonderful. How are you?
Are you nervous? You're a little red in the cheeks.
You got some little rosy cheeks going on there a little bit.
Well, that's unfortunately part of being an Onstead.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are you from the Lord Hans region of Sweden as well?
Norway.
Norway.
If your cheeks are getting rosy now, wait till you do that duet read for Manscaped with Sheri here pretty soon.
That's the whole reason I'm here, Shayne.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I showed up.
Look at all that lawn. I can take it all off of my lawnmower 4.0.
Exactly.
Patron number 487. You won the contest Listen, have you been enjoying patronage? That's the first question.
Oh, 1,000%. It was the best thing I ever did. Really? Signing
Why?
up for it.
In all honesty, we have not rehearsed any of this shit with you. So
yeah, no.
I really, truly want to know your truthful opinion. As Shayne said, let me just elaborate on that. You're the type of guy that is going out of his way to help, like my dad with the whiteboard. You've done certain things that are unnecessary, but you felt compelled.
Yeah. I mean, when you see something that, when you see guys laying their heart out like that, I mean, you can help yourself, but help out if you can. So, yeah.
And you
and
guys
realistically, $7 a month. I mean, come on. It's just not enough for.
It's one trip to fucking Starbucks for your wife, right?
Agreed. And it's a lot less than really it should cost to see things like Draft Mob and, X's with the O's. And
can you tell everybody the behind the scenes before the show? You got to see Claudio up live and close fucking up for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's literally a bumblefuck fest. I mean, it's totally bad. Yeah. Yeah, these guys don't have no fucking clue what they're doing. They come on, they don't know shit, and then
here comes Claude.
Then all of a sudden this happens.
That's
pretty much what happens.
All of a sudden we're live on the air.
Yeah, I know. It's really wild, actually.
Well, I'm excited to have you here on the show tonight. Obviously, you're gonna sit in the back when we have Brock on. We'll probably bring you on at the end to get your question in. Okay.
Like I told Shayne in our text, I mean, there's a point where I'll probably have to jackal during this. So
okay, let her rip.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's what Jackle does.
I don't know what that is. I'm thinking.
Jackal. He's always shitting live on there.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah. The porcelain princess, we call him in some parts. Jackle's actually going to open up his first segment tonight.
It's
gonna
pressure's on.
His goal moving forward is to start doing shit. So it's gonna be the don't do shit segment. Obviously, we debuted the Cool Kennedy song Bellissimo that Cool Kennedy produced last week for Jackal Don't Do Shit. Jackal was not aware because he wasn't doing shit anyway, so he was surprised. Look at this.
Look at that.
Patron. Everybody that comes on this show is going.
Damn, I look really distinguished in that picture.
Number 487 on an undercover cop. Yeah. And you don't stop. Listen, Bullets. I know it's my boy Biggie's anniversary of his death, but I don't like anniversaries of people dying. So I actually wore my Biggie sweatshirt yesterday. But shout out to Biggie tonight. And I'm so excited to have you here. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. And I want to start with this clip here because I have something to say. So, Jackal, you can leave the room if this gets you nervous.
Well, like, hey, the Packers are always going to have their quarterbacks. The Bears are going to have to face them twice a year. And before we went live at him, it's like you can put 2 losses on the Bears schedule there.
No, you can't, you fuck.
It's not the way the NFL works. I don't care how good the other quarterback is or how long they have owned us. The term any given Sunday is a real fucking thing. It's an actual thing. Listen, any given Sunday.
I got to shout out my guy, Olin Kreutz. I love that dude. We go back and forth. They have their new show there. This is a clip from it. One of you fans, Jay Stonga, on Instagram sent it to me and knew that it was going to get me so fucking fired up. And you fucking did it. Shayne usually is the guy.
Yeah.
Guys, it's March. You're going out there as an analyst saying your Bears strike up 2 losses for the fucking Bears. Aaron's back. Oh my God. That kind of analysis just irritates me on I call it the pussification of analysis. We've taken some fucking Twitter blowhard blog boy, and we're putting him in a situation to analyze a game that he's never understood. That's what that is. Aaron Rodgers could get hurt the first fucking play. Where did your analysis go of the season? He gets hurt. He's out. Aaron Rodgers had been beat by Mitch Trubisky. Aaron Rodgers has not fucking won a Super Bowl but one time. Aaron Rodgers lost in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers this. Aaron is so fucking annoying. His announcement for being the highest paid player, he had to go out there. I've not signed anything yet, guys. I cannot. This is the same motherfucker who said, I own you. Unlike Matt Nagy, I think this Ryan and Matt are pissed off about that. And if they're not, they shouldn't have a fucking job.
Yeah, they're not the right. If they're not pissed, if they don't take that personal, then they're not the right. They're not the right hires. It's that simple. But you can't.
God,
you cannot go into any like. That was one of the things that pissed me off with Cole Kmet last year when he got up there. He's like, well, yeah, it's true. You know, he does. I don't want to hear that, Cole. Even if the numbers point to that, I understand that. I don't want to hear you fucking say that. I want you to get up there and I want you to say, yeah, it's a fucking problem. We need to change that. Exactly. We're the Chicago Bears. We need to do better. I don't want to hear, yeah, he does own us. You know, he's right. No.
Are you in that? I know I said a lot, Jason. Welcome to the fucking show, by the way.
Hey, thanks.
But are you there? You listened. I saw you shaking your head through my angry rant there. I've never met Nick, but you got to do better than that. You're on a show.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of hot takes with those guys. So it's odd that they put Hogue with him, to be honest. Like after watching years and years of Chicago media, it's weird.
That's a patron show.
Yeah.
Money
talks.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Anybody that gets paid, they must have paid a lot.
They had to pay a shit ton.
Shayne had the line of the fucking century. He's like, they must have paid them a lot to do a show with the Backstreet Boys.
It's about the best way to explain it, Shayne, to be honest.
Yeah, when you pay, you get Adam Hogue. When you don't pay, you get this fucking guy.
Yeah, there he is.
No, but seriously, listen, this isn't fucking meatball stuff. There he is, Jonksta 23. You don't have to apologize. But this isn't meatball stuff. You cannot, on any level of analysis, it's just like you can't ignore Aaron Rodgers. It's the same thing. You cannot check off wins. I always hate those people. Power rankings in April when the schedule comes out. Win-loss, you can't do that in football. You can't do it in any sport, really. Fucking didn't Butler win a fucking national championship in basketball for God's sake, or went to the you don't know. Did you ever? Nobody had Butler. Nobody.
How many people had Jacksonville beaten Indy?
Exactly.
At the end of the season. You know what I mean? It's one of those that any
the
given
one
Sunday.
That might have is Calvin Ridley. He might have had it.
Oh man.
There goes the Calvin Ridley scenario. There it goes.
Yeah.
Down the drain. A lot of fans were DMing me all off season. What do you think of Calvin Ridley? Calvin Ridley. Well, suspended a year. I do have an issue though with
at least a year. At least that's the key part. It didn't say 1 year. It said at least 1 year.
Ray Rice knocks his
it's an issue.
The fuck out in an elevator. Filmed. The tape didn't lie, Jason. We saw it. He gets 4 games. He gets 4 games. I'm just saying, there needs to be some sort of standard set. I don't know the language once the NFL has adapted into, hey, we're going to allow gambling and now DraftKings and all these. How do we police, if you will, our players from getting involved in gambling? That has to be something the league and everyone addressed. With
the separator here, and I mean, this isn't breaking fucking news. It's Calvin used his own fucking phone to place the bet. I mean,
I know. Doesn't he have like an agent to do
you got a
this?
pretty big fucking guaranteed contract deal. I mean, if you're gonna go there, just be like, you know,
bookie.
Grab that second cousin that's down the fucking street,
Wes.
Throw him the 1,500 and let him handle it if you needed to do it but for him to do it on his own fucking phone, I mean, that's just.
There's always a cousin.
$1,500 bet cost him $11 million guaranteed. I mean, that's
$11 million.
It's crazy.
11 million. Well, hopefully 11 million will come to our next guest.
Yeah.
And before we get to him, obviously, Jason, you're going to sit in the background with Claudio and partake in what Claudio's been rolling. That's perfectly fine.
All right.
Because we know how Claudio does. But we appreciate your patronage and your support, and we're going to bring you back. I need you to listen closely to make sure you have your question ready for our next guest. And we always do this a certain way. Obviously, with free agency around the corner, we're going to have a lot of free agency talk tonight about what the Bears are going to do with their own. Who do we think they're going to sign? Shayne has landed like Rocky Balboa, several uppercuts from the last year's, calling out Allen Robinson, and we can go through that list. So I'm interested because we really haven't talked who he thinks the Bears are going to go out there and sign. Will it be James Daniels? Will it be someone outside the box? We're going to talk free agency as well as the draft like we do here. And we have a special patronage program where we break down the draft this weekend. We're going to be interviewing D'Amico Johnson live, breaking down tape with the App State linebacker, inside linebacker, Shayne. We might need one with Roquan going to Will, but I know we've talked a lot about center Sam Mustipher and my doubts with him on tape. But would you say the Bears need a center, Shayne?
You know my answer to that.
So we're going to be breaking down the draft with our special guest. We're going to break down his tape and show you what we do on the patron side. I'm going to let him become an analyst of himself. That's going to be fun. Here, let's do it our way. I'm excited. Out of Virginia Tech, we got a guy by the name of Brock Hoffman. Let's introduce him our way.
This guy began his career at Coastal Carolina, where he became the starting center as a true freshman and manned the spot for 2 seasons. Positional versatility is king in the NFL. And along the interior of any offensive line, he brings plenty of that. You paying attention, Mr. Poles? Bears fans, TTNL fans, put on your face paint and light up a stogie while you give it up for Brock Hoffman.
At night, I can't sleep.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Brock? What's up, Brock? How you doing?
That was awesome. I'm good. How are you?
You like your intro?
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
$20 if you can name the beat. Do you know who that song is? Do you know?
Yeah, that's Kodak's song.
Oh, see, he don't know. Shayne, he knows it now.
Yep,
but he doesn't know.
Doesn't know the original.
Where's our DJ?
We forget how old we are, Phil. That's the he's a lot younger.
Ghetto Boys
Yeah.
from Houston, the Fifth Ward. Look, Ghetto Boys. You gotta hear that song, Brock.
Yeah, I need
Mine
to.
is playing tricks on me. You're gonna YouTube it after your interview tonight, man. How are you tonight, though?
I'm good. Just hanging out. Excited to do this.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, man. We got a lot of stuff planned for you tonight. We're gonna put you through a workout just with your brain tonight.
I got you.
I'm sure you've had a lot of workouts.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's start there. Obviously, in the open, we talked about Coastal Carolina. You start there as a true freshman. You start there, and then you transfer. You get into the transfer portal, but it's this weird situation where the NCAA denies you. And can you talk about this? Because it really had to do with your family, that you wanted to get home. And I wanted people to hear this part of your story because I think it's important.
Yeah, so when I first got to Coastal, my mom had a 17-hour brain surgery for an acoustic neuroma. And basically over those like 2 years, like she really struggled a lot. And after the 2018 season, I decided to transfer. And Virginia Tech was like best of both worlds. I could go up to the ACC, and I was only like 2 hours away. But yeah, basically the NCAA denied me because they said my mom had been improving, which like, I mean, obviously she's going to improve. She had a surgery, and time heals. But like, and then they also denied me because I was 5 miles outside the radius. So like, as the rule goes, it's like they said, as the crow flies, like your school to Statesville, which is where I'm from, has to be within 100 miles, and I was 105 miles. Yep.
Oh I love the NCAA.
Yeah, so I had to deal with that shit. Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's crazy.
Here you are trying to do something for your mom and your family. Obviously, it must have been tough for you to make that decision to leave your teammates as a starter. So for them to do that, have you ever seen the movie Safety on Disney Plus?
Yeah, I have.
So yeah, you see the NCAA, they always are making their own rules and doing shit. Hopefully they get it right, man.
That move says a lot about the man, though, Brock. I mean, I look at it. I know that you went through that, but listen, that isn't undersold on NFL evaluators. I mean, when they're looking at everything, and like I said, that says a lot about you making that move and dealing with all that craziness because of the number one person in your life with your mom and making the right decision. That says a lot about Brock Hoffman. And that, well, we all know I don't want to come down on the NCAA too bad, but we know the craziness that can be involved in some of their decisions. God. But I mean, I think you would agree at this point, you made 100% the correct move, and not just 100%. For you, but for your mom. So that's a testament to you, my friend.
No doubt. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you. The only thing, I've been trying to DM you on Instagram. So follow me back so I could get you some information. Okay. All right.
All right. I got you. I have my like messages notifications off and stuff. So I'll go on there after this.
You'll see why. We want to make sure we get you some swag out there. So
I told him, I got you. Phil, every time I DM him, he's like right there on Twitter because you and I have been talking back and forth there for a couple of weeks. And I'm like, he's always right there, and he's like,
I'm on Twitter. Yeah.
I'm a Twitter guy too. So fuck Phil. You don't need to.
I'm on Instagram. Anyway, listen. You transferred to Virginia Tech. How was that transition from Coastal Carolina, which now they're becoming a name in the kitchen, and people are actually hearing about Coastal Carolina now. I remember going down to Myrtle Beach and hearing about Coastal Carolina. There was this running back out of Coastal Carolina. That was way back when me and my wife, I think it was like 2010. When we went there, and now you see the program and what it's been. But for you to go from there, what's considered a smaller school, to the Hokies, Tony Perkins is a big fan of you guys and the Hokies. What was that like for you in that transition?
For me, transitioning to Virginia Tech was pretty smooth. I kind of knew a couple guys on the team, so like football wise, like that was really easy transition. Obviously, like I knew that Coastal was on the up and coming, because when I was there, it was like me and I think 14 or 15 other guys that were like true freshmen and sophomores starting those years. So it's like it only gets better with experience. I knew that. But my move for me, like I said earlier, was more of a off the field, like for my family decision. But yeah, I mean, the transition to VT, it was really simple for sure.
Really? That's awesome to hear.
One thing that I've always wanted to know specifically about Virginia Tech, man, is standing in that tunnel when that Sandman is rolling. I'm not even a Vatek fan, and I will go to YouTube and just watch that entrance, and it gets me so hyped. But just speak on like your first time experiencing that as a Virginia Tech Hokie, just that whole atmosphere. You had to be going crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, like there's like a couple words to describe it, but it is fucking crazy, like no doubt. Like when you're walking down that tunnel, like I remember the first time I did it with like a full stands because in 2020 it was like the COVID season. So when we're walking out, I was a captain, so I'm walking out with the captains, and they're kind of playing. They're playing "God's Gonna Cut You Down," and that's kind of like what we walk over to. And just seeing everybody, like you just kind of freeze up, and it's just a crazy experience. It gives you goosebumps. But my favorite part of Enter Sandman is when they stop playing the music and the fans keep singing after. It's like we're walking out for the coin toss. That shit is insane.
Yeah, it gets you in that right mindset for sure.
Yeah,
I think
for sure.
The parallels of music and football are just too immense, whether it be the marching band or like you're saying, the song and the entrance. I try to like project that out to fans sometimes that have never played, but I think you're doing a great job trying to use word. It's something like you just get goosebumps.
It's hard to explain for sure.
Yeah, it really is, because the emotion of the game and the process of the battle is something that I don't think many people understand, how those little things leading up to it just means something. But let me
for sure
stop ranting on that, and you just got me fired up. But I wanted to ask you, did you block and play with Khalil Herbert of the Chicago Bears now, your boy? And can you talk a little bit about this guy for Bears fans?
No, Khalil is by far the best running back I've ever blocked for. Like,
really?
I mean, the way he sets up blocks and the way he hits the hole and goes, like, I mean, you guys saw it when he got in there, those games this year. Like, I mean, he's just a special talent. And like, I mean, he's my boy. I talk to him every day. And playing with him was awesome.
That's great. Yeah, he impressed the hell out of me just with his patience as a rookie running back. Sometimes you can see these guys getting up there, they're going 200 miles an hour, and we only need them going about 85. But yeah, he's an impressive running back. And I said I love his future here. But talk about talking to him all the time. How has he helped you specifically with this draft process? Because we've had on Cole Strange, and we're having guys on every week talking about this entire process, and just, you know, even down to how your diet now is totally different than it was probably back in December or even November, you know. So, but just speak on how he has helped you with that.
Yeah, for me, like talking to him, he's just kind of helped calm me in a way, you know, kind of telling me not to worry about all the different factors that go into the draft process, just kind of taking it day by day, working on what I can control, which is just working out. And then I had the opportunity at the Shrine Bowl that I took advantage of. And then right now I'm preparing for Pro Day. So for me, just talking to him, it's just been, you know, kind of checking in on me, seeing where I'm at or what I got coming up next. And, you know, just trying to keep me focused on what I got to do.
The Shrine Bowl is watching right now, Brock. They retweeted your appearance today. So they're aware that you're on.
Talk
TTNL
about that
calendar.
experience. You go to the Shrine Bowl. Obviously, you're not invited to the combine. That obviously we talked to Mike Maietti of Missouri, also a center. Obviously, TTNL scouting centers here, and we talked to him and his disappointment. I've pointed out many, Jeff Saturday, bunch of centers, not in my head at this moment, that weren't invited to the combine, that have become all pro, that have become Hall of Famers. The NFL isn't an exact science. So don't let that bother you, but talk about your experience at the Shrine Bowl and then talk about the motivation of not being invited to the combine.
Yeah, so for me, obviously, like when I didn't get the combine invite, I was pretty frustrated. I kind of knew that was going to be the deal before going to the Shrine Bowl. So I knew that for me, so I knew for me, it was like not really pressure, but I knew like that week was a huge week for me in terms of the practices and interviewing with all the teams, because they had GMs and heads of organizations out there. So for me, I knew it was a really, really big week, and I credit a lot to my training down here in Atlanta. I'm with Chip Smith, and I'm working with John Stinchcomb for O-line work.
Oh yeah.
But
Big
for
John,
those two,
former Georgia offensive lineman.
Yeah, but for them, it was like, all right, we know when I started training in January at the beginning, I had a month to get ready and get ready to play football. I wasn't worried about, doing all the pro day combine stuff. I was going there to be a football player and be who I am.
Yes.
And yeah, so I mean, when I got there, my mindset was I'm going to try to dominate everyone. I'm going to be who I am, which is a nasty football player who does talk shit and like will get in people's face and not worry about that, not worry about anything else, just being who I am. And I feel like for me, that's where I benefited. At the end of the week, I was awarded Interior Offensive Lineman of the Week.
Yes.
So that was huge for me.
Yeah, and the East-West Shrine Bowl, Shayne, is making big moves.
Oh yeah, they are. They wanna be the All-Star game.
Whole All-Star game battle. I love this.
Yeah, it's supposed to start getting even more tensions here next year, from what I've been told. But no, that's awesome.
Let me just say this real quick about the East-West Shrine. I remember being a kid.
Yeah, that was
studying the draft and Joel Bushbaum's book, Pro Football Weekly newspaper, and then Blue Gray game came on Christmas Day, and that was like small schools and Division II and these players, and then it was the East-West Shrine Bowl, and I remember the shrine. I was like, "What is a Shriner?" And I just remember Tom Brady being in that game, and I love this. I'm like, this dude hit dudes down the sideline on time, and I just remember as a kid with a VCR, Brock, recording these All-Star games so I could watch it back. And I want to say my guy from San Diego State, Shayne, who was a defensive tackle. He ended up having to go to NFL Europe, and then he became a stud in the NFL. What was that dude's name? Someone in the chat will remember. But he reminded me.
San Diego State back. I'm always going to Marshall Faulk.
Yeah. This dude was a defense. Anyway, he was in the East-West Shrine game. The East-West Shrine game all week. Offensive lineman of that game right here with us. Speaking of you said this. Do you play to the whistle? And what's your motivation as an offensive lineman?
Yes, I do play to the whistle, and I like to get a little extra shove in after the whistle, typically on most plays. And yeah, I mean, motivation wise, like for me, I just like hitting people and I like put people on the ground. Like that's like my end goal. And I don't want my guy that I'm blocking to make the play. So that's like ultimately my motivation, but I like to dominate people. So it's kind of who I am as a player.
Well, a lot of coaches and players talk it, right, Shayne? They talk it. They say all the right things. I know Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus now, and we're under the umbrella of the Chicago Bears, but irregardless of where you go, we're going to be Brock Hoffman fans, except if you go to Green Bay. Forget it. You're no longer in the I'm kidding. In all honesty, we want that. And I know Ryan Poles, the GM of the Bears, has made it an emphasis that the Chicago Bears offensive line is going to be tough because of what happened.
It's been a problem here.
It's been a problem. I don't know did you happen to see the Monday it was a Monday night game or Thursday night Vikings Bears game? Did you see
I watched bits and pieces of it?
So Justin Fields gets pushed out of bounds late. Rookie offensive tackle Tevin Jenkins, out of all of the other offensive linemen, has a fucking issue with it. Walks over and shoves the dude, and a brawl sparks. A shoving match, all to protect his quarterback, which should be right. Well, Jermaine Ifedi, oh, by the way, Shayne, what is he? Ranked 83rd in PFF's top 200 free agents. PFF, I don't know what they're watching. Anyway, Justin, we don't do that. We can't get penalties. As a coach, I was infuriated. Here's the only guy showing the kind of toughness we want. Talk about as an offensive lineman, what you feel if your quarterback is taking a cheap shot or hit even a second late in regards to Brock Hoffman's watch.
Yeah. So my quarterback this past year is actually my roommate, Braxton. So we're boys, like best friends, like do everything together. So if anything like that ever happened, I mean, he was dealing with, some injuries and stuff throughout the season. So teams knew that. And some teams would like to take cheap shots. Like I remember Notre Dame took one, and I'm trying to think who else, but
shocker.
It's like, I'm like, if that's going to happen, especially being my boy, like I'm going to get in your face. I'm going to let you know about it, and I'm going to come after you for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
that's what we want to hear. And listen, on this network, we break down tape, Shayne. And right here, we're going to take you through your own. Is that Notre Dame there, or is that Georgia Tech, Shayne?
Nah, it's Boston College.
BC, yeah.
I was way off. My geography sucks.
Like I said, he's getting old, bro.
Jason Onstad back in the background. You got to protect me with this shit. So that's BC. I don't see the red.
Anyway, no, it's right there on the numbers, man.
It looks pink.
Good. You might want to get that checked out.
All right. Here he is at center. You notice the circle fan. So this is what we do on our patron side, breaking down actual tape. Here you are. Take us through this. I wish we had down and distance here, but you're in the shotgun, obviously. You're at center. It looks like you're going to run inside zone here.
We're running actually outside zone, but we're kind of like forcing the cutback, so it looks like inside zone. But basically,
this is what I like to hear out of my guy.
Me and the left guard, Lasitas, are working a reach double team on that nose up to 42. And then basically the play side's just climbing for the play side guard's climbing for that next level guy too.
Shayne, next level? Have we
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Wants to play with a nasty attitude. Nobody's going to touch his quarterback, and he gets to the next level. Khalil's been propping you up, right, Brock, for this interview.
Yeah.
You're saying you're hitting all the right.
We got to get Khalil Herbert on the show with us, Shayne.
Yeah. But can you speak on Lasitas a little bit, Brock?
Yeah.
Your guy there next to you? I mean,
he's right there on the screen next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Lasitas is a good dude. He's a hard-nosed player too.
Oh, yeah.
I think the more that we've kind of built that friendship from when I first transferred, I think he's gotten a lot nastier too. Just kind of like playing beside each other, we feed off of that. So, but yeah, I mean, he's a freak athlete too.
Do you think you brought that personality there? Honestly.
Yeah, I do for sure.
I could sense that you're a confident dude. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this job he does here. What he's talking about earlier is being shown. See how he's taking that linebacker to the ground. Once again, he's got a head up nose on him, Shayne, but he's getting to the second level. They're going to watch how the other guard does a great job. Who's the left guard here?
Our left guard's Lasitas. You talking about the other guy? You talking about our right guard?
Yeah, the right guard.
Well, I guess it's flipped. Yeah, because on the film,
it's flipped. Yeah. I'm talking about on the left, on the right of our screen, your left guard. Who is this kid?
Lasitas.
Yeah,
that's Lasitas.
That's Lasitas.
Okay, he's your left. Right guard then. Anyway, Lasitas does a tremendous job here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally fucked that up. But
yeah, you screwed me up. I'm like, what is he talking about? We just talked about it.
I thought he was talking about 55 here.
No,
Lasitas is the other guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus. I haven't been scouting guards yet. I'm just letting you, obviously. I've been just looking at centers, tackles, wide receivers right now. That's my goal. But look at the job you do here as a center in patience. Can you talk about the patience? Because your nose guard is actually shaded to your outside.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be able to, first of all, as a coach for this Lasitas to make this block, it has to be a combination of them two working together. So the center can then release and get up on the inside linebacker, which we haven't seen a lot in Chicago. Now watch again one last time, then we'll go to the next play. But just the swing of your ass and pass and eyeball that linebacker. It just excites me because this is just a great job in the run game, and you got the guy to the ground. And I'm sure he was pissed off when you did
For
it.
sure.
So we got 7 of your plays here that I've cut up.
Okay.
And we're going to go through them. Where's play 2? For fuck's sake. Oh, there it is. They moved it on me. Let's go play 2 here. Again, I'm circling center for our first time.
That left guard,
Listen.
his name is Lacitus, just so
now he's left.
Lacitus. Yeah.
Lacitus is number 54. You got a new right guard in here. It was 55. Now it's 68. But 76 is consistent. Here, I know we're playing Notre Dame. So now you have what do you have here? What's the front? So I want you to call out the front here. Call out the mic if you were. Obviously, I don't give you the whole. They didn't give me the whole screen here. But if you were,
you're good.
Go ahead. What do you got here?
All right. So we're running inside zone to the left. It's an even front. 7's counted as a stand-up DN.
Yes.
I'm going to work. What's supposed to happen is me and the right guard are supposed to work that nose to the front side backer, which is our Mike, is 27, which is the guy to the left of the hash. He slants out, and we kind of feel that pressure coming in from that 3 spiking. So I just try to clean that up for Lacitus and then climb up on the mic.
Look at that, Shayne. So he's expecting something else, but it doesn't happen, and he ends up getting the guy he's supposed to get. Again, 54 does a great job. Look at the job he does. And look at our center, 76, whoever the fuck this kid is. I like that kid. He gets up on the mic backer, 27. He's over the guard. So if you were to just look at this, they're slanting inside. So now they have to adjust. So this 5 tech, you're counting number 7 as a defensive end, which is smart. Basically, your offensive line coach is teaching you right, in my opinion. That's no doubt. Now you wait. Help. You don't need to help Lacitus, for fuck's sake. He does a great job, and you get on that Mike backer. You talk about a center. What are you weighing in right now? For those people?
I weigh 310.
310.
Yep.
You're 6 foot what?
I'm 6'3" 3/4, what I measured at the Shrine Bowl.
6'3", 3/4, 310 pounds. What do you benching? What are you hoping to bench at your pro day? 225. How many times?
My goal is 25 to 30.
25 to 30. If you were to put a bet, I'm putting 28 on you. I bet.
That's it. That's a good number. That's
28.
I'd be really happy with that number.
Good. And then
what's Lacitus gonna hit? Phil's gonna
probably same number.
Yeah. Are you two gonna compete during the competition?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love that.
A little bit of
made my night.
Little bit of trash talk going into that doesn't hurt anybody.
If you have an inside competition when you have the biggest job interview of your life, that is a confident football player. That's what I've always said. Ask Claudio; he'll tell you. Here we go. Who are we playing here? Is this the University of Virginia? I think it is.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. Yep. Can you hear us?
I can't hear y'all though.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm messing y'all up. Can y'all still hear me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
we can. Can you hear us?
You can hear. So here we go. Again, our center. It's got a shaded nose. You can hear us, Brock?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Y'all can hear me good or no?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Sorry.
If it echoes, we'll mute you and then open you up when you're ready to talk. Without sometimes the headset.
Gotcha.
So take me through this front right here.
Yeah. So we're running inside zone to the left. We got an even front, and me and the left guard are working a double team to 7.
The left guard, Shayne. See?
Yeah.
Now Lacitus isn't there anymore.
No. Right. Yeah. Lacitus was injured this game.
So here we go. 55, and our center, Brock Hoffman, are going to be working up on this note, but he takes him by himself. Look at the power at the point of contact there. No false step, Barelissimo there. Watch his first steps. Steps to the left, inside zone, driving his man. Let's see if he plays to the whistle. Yes, he does.
Yeah, no, I mean, so what ended up happening too is they brought that edge pressure, so our left tackle had to go off to that. So that's why we didn't end up working a double team.
Why? Because shit changes in an instant, right? Now, as a center, are you calling Lucy? Are you calling strong side, weak side? Are you calling the slide protections? Do you have that responsibility there?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Right,
so I basically control all of that pre-snap, and then if the quarterback wanted to change it, he could change it.
Okay, so take us through one snap. You're in the huddle, actually. He calls the play. Call this play. What is it? We're not gonna.
We could do like 60 pro, which is 6-man protection.
60 pro. All right. So now you come to the line of scrimmage. This is what they give you. And are you calling any kind of?
Yeah, I mean, basically what I would do is I'd walk up. I'd say even, 7's the mic, so that we know that we're a 3-man sort on the left to him. But we can pick up as many as 3. So if 7 doesn't come, we can pick up that edge pressure. I'd look at the right side and tell them Bob, so that they know they're man up, big on big.
Big on big. Look at these little nuggets you guys are getting here.
6-man protection. We're not even used to that in Chicago.
I agree with Barelissimo. Watch.
Yeah.
And I want to see, when I watch a center, I want to see exactly what Barelissimo's talking about. Once you've made your move, how are you content, or are you busy with your feet driving? Look at this.
No. Can't stop driving till he's in the ground.
Now watch 76. Boom. Pancake you. Put you on your ass. I love that, Ryan Poles. I know you're looking for an attitude adjustment here in Chicago, and I'm looking at this dude's tape. If you're just tuning in, we're breaking down tape with Brock Hoffman, and we're looking at his tape, which is it weird for you to be doing this?
Watching
no, it's cool. No,
it's cool.
All right, play number 4. You love the game of football, am I right?
Yes, sir.
I could see it. Oh, Shayne knows this team. Take us through the obvious pass. It looks like you're dashing.
It's a play action pass. So we're running a play action pass based off of counter. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So the left guard and left tackle are basically down blocking, but they're not like running off like it's a run. They're just holding that A and B gap. And my responsibility is I talk to the backside guard. So if he's in a 3 like he is right here, I would make a me call. So I'm pulling. But if he was anywhere in that A gap, I'd say you, and he's pulling, and I would just funnel back basically like simulating power. And I'm pulling as long as, and with the H back. So we're both protecting that edge on that. I guess it would be the front side. Yeah.
Yes. So let me ask you this. If 40 comes down into A gap, what happens then? You got to stay with him?
Lacitus has got him. If he walks down in that A gap in between me and Lacitus, he's got him. If he walks down in the right side A gap, I would just stay on him.
I got you. So Lacitus would take him. The left tackle would take 56, and then you're still simulating the counter, and you're going to get 95 on the edge, correct?
Yep.
I love it. And now the big communication is backside, which you said. So if this defensive lineman was head up on you, the left defensive tackle, our left, then you would have the guard simulate the counter. You're making that call, correct?
Yep.
This is offensive line play at its fine. If you don't love football, I don't know why you're watching this channel. Look at a mirror, Shayne. Barelissimo's probably in the chat getting upset that he's not a part of this, because this is a great job. Mirror and maintain. You know where the quarterback's launch point is.
Yep.
And you're protecting him. 95's trying to beat you outside. You got two of you that comes back inside. You destroy the guy. And that's just a tremendous job right there. So you're now, I know I'm driving this, but I think it's very important. You're seeing how important, why Shayne and I talk about how important the center is on every level of football, because right here on one play, it's a counter fake pass play.
Right.
So it's play action. Right now, he's had to communicate 3 different things all in once. Who the mic is, me or you. Then he's got to you got to get out there and be an athlete and be able to mirror all in one play. One more time on this play, and then we'll break down the next play here of Brock Hoffman. I just love how you are able to get out there and be able to protect the quarterback, simulating this. Was that play 4 or 5, Shayne? Do you remember what I said? I'll just put it up there.
Yeah.
This is definitely a new play here at the goal line. If you don't, this is where every practice, as my father would say, every practice should start at the goal line.
Yep.
Because that's where you score points. That's what's going to be the most important thing. Here, we're at the goal line. Don't have a down and distance. I apologize for that. Again, let's pound the like button. Yes, pound the like button. Smash that like button. Look at the power and drive here. I know he's right here next to me, but I don't blow smoke. Right here, you understand that this guy is coming off your ass.
Right, yeah. I know the ball's going to hit basically on it'd be my left ass cheek. Yeah.
There's a little moment where I'm like watching this and I'm like, watch him peek back at number 6 and 42. And like, you're like, got ya right there. You're just like, let me just drive. This is touchdown.
Yeah, I knew basically once he stayed in that gap, it was over. Like,
Yep.
these guys didn't plug. Like, I knew, like 6 and 42, once they did that, it was over.
That's
And
great.
I had to get a little tug down too at the end, throw him down.
Watch him,
Yeah,
Shayne.
let him
No,
know.
I didn't. I've seen it. Yeah.
There it is. 99. You're sending them the message. This is going to be all day here. Who's this? Memphis?
No, this is Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee. Tennessee. Throw him down. But not get a flag, though. I like that. You
Yeah.
kind of went.
So, yeah, gentle throwdown.
Yeah. Just leave those hands down. You don't want to put those hands up there. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I like that point of attack. This is a lot of fun. Break it down tape tonight with you. Last play number 7. Chris Jackle's loving this. Here we go. This is against North Carolina. I know those. I know those uniforms.
Yeah, so we're running power, under center power, and I'm back blocking on that 4-eye.
Oh God, I love this. So predetermined, you got to head up. Power's going to the right. So you're gonna have to get all the way outside of our guy, number 54.
Yep. Yeah. So basically, it's just down, and Lasitas is pulling around, and I got a little bit of help with that left tackle, kind of stopping the upfield penetration.
Let me ask you something about your technique. Obviously, you're the center, and I'm sure they asked you to pull. But are they teaching Lasitas and the guards kind of fall back, shuffle, and keep shoulders square? Is that how you guys pull on this play? See how he's
Yeah. So on power, we would skip pull like this,
pull.
And then on counter, we would just open pull and go kick.
I love.
Yeah, so like
I love your offensive line coach. No, seriously, what's his name?
It was Coach Vance Vice.
Coach Vice is doing a good job here. Because all of your tape, all of these guys are using fundamentals. And look at 55. I mean, every one of these guys. Look at you. Destroy right on the fucking ear hole. I love it. drive his ass. Look at that center. Now look, he's turning you. You say, fuck you. I'm putting you in the ground. This is great stuff right here.
This is hate week, man. I hate North Carolina because I'm from North Carolina. So yeah.
And look at your guard. Hey, this dude's an athlete, 54 too.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy. You guys are gonna have a battle that pro day.
You know his name, Phil?
I forget his name now. You were supposed to help me out. Both Lapidus? Lapidus. There was a little Lapidus in her belly. Oh, Jesus. No, he's Lapidus. Look at this guy. I'm impressed with you guys inside, but look at him drive. I love the extracurricular. Put him down. Play to the goddamn whistle.
Yeah.
This is what I want to see from the Chicago Bears. You got David Montgomery and your boy Khalil Herbert running fucking inside zone, trap, zone, counter. Play to the whistle. Know your assignment. Right here, they know their assignment because of you. You're doing a great job communicating. Is that something you take a lot of pride in? Because does your coach hold you accountable?
For sure. Like when I first transferred in, Vice was very vocal about it, and he was like, listen, like this group's young, because at the time in 2019 I had the most experience being a 2-year starter at Coastal, and they're like, look, we're young, we're really talented, but we just need a guy that's a leader and somebody that can just keep us on the same page every single play. So right as I got in, that's all I did that whole summer was train and learn the playbook inside and out. So I knew like camp over those 2 years that I could hit the ground running for sure.
Brock, take us through your day now that the season is over and you're, prepping for your pro day. But what's a normal what time does your day start and then normally end, and what are you doing throughout the day?
Yeah, so I wake up at 7 every day. I get to sleep in a little bit. I start training at 8. I'll do hour and a half, 2 hours of like on field, like whether it's just speed work in general. And then I'll do an hour and a half, 2 hours of lifting. And then after that, I'll do about an hour to an hour and a half work of position work. And
what's for breakfast?
Oh yeah. So breakfast.
I know that's different now than it was back in November. I bet.
Yeah.
Right?
No. So breakfast.
No more cold pizza.
Nah, breakfast is pretty easy. I just eat like a little sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich every day. Just kind of roll with that, and then at the facility, like our chef provides all the lunch and dinners, so I'm basically on a meal plan there. Just whatever he makes for the day, I eat. But yeah, so I'll train. Basically, I'll eat breakfast. I'll go to the facility. I'll knock out all of that, and then I'll come home. I'll eat lunch, and then I'll go back. I'll do some recovery stuff, kind of get me ready for the next day. And then I just hang out. I watch movies and TV shows and all that kind of stuff. It's all it. It's chilling.
As a kid, when was the moment you were like, I love the game of football?
Probably 3rd grade.
Oh, really? It was early for you. Look at you.
Yeah. So my dad was a former college coach.
Oh, really?
Your dad's an NFL fan, right? Who's your dad?
Yeah. Well, my dad's a Chiefs fan, but my dad's family is
your dad's family.
They're all Bears fans. Yeah.
Did your dad jump on the Chiefs fan? Just be honest.
No. He's always been a Chiefs fan for sure. But no, so him being that former college coach, and he got out of it when me and my 2 sisters started to get a little older, and then he actually coached me and my team my 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade years, and like we ran it like a college program. We had periods, we had time, like we were rolling. So, but yeah, no, playing the game and like playing it that early with him as my coach, really, it just made me fall in love with the game.
Were you always an offensive lineman?
Yeah, I've always played O-line. I played like a year or 2 at D-line, like in elementary school, but since then it's just been O-line.
That checks off another box for me, Shayne. He wasn't that kid. I want the ball. I don't want to block anybody.
No, my dad told me when I was young, if you could play center, you touch the ball every play, so you ain't got to worry about it.
I love your dad, even if he's a Chiefs fan. The rest of your family, I shout out for being a neglected and abused fan base. from the Chicago Bears. Hopefully they turn it around with someone like you. Let me ask you this question. Who was the best player that you've ever played against?
There's two. When I was at Coastal, I played against Javon Kinlaw. And then,
oh my God, he was my favorite fucking guy coming in that draft, right, Shayne?
Yeah.
I was like, we always pick a me guy.
Yeah.
Like one guy. Doesn't matter. Who would you want? I haven't picked my guy this year, but you're starting to move up that ladder for me. I like what you're saying, but go ahead. On Kinlaw, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he was a terror for sure. But like me and him went at it pretty early in the game. And then he actually got moved over the other side, and he, kind of went to town on us there.
Talking shit like, come back over here, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I'm a chirper for sure, but he was good. And then the 2020 season, the first game, I played against Aleem McNeil from NC State.
Yep.
Okay, McNeil.
Me and him went at it a lot, like that whole game. It was just like a bloodbath going back and forth at each other.
Now, after the game, do you shake hands and be like, yo, great game? Or is it like
for me, it's like unless I know a guy on the other team, I don't really go over there and shake hands because for me, I stir so much stuff up during the game. Like there's bound to be something after the game. So it's like
I love this dude. The honesty. Listen, Shayne, I'm sorry.
I can just picture him on I can picture him running off Soldier Field with Khalil Herbert, and he's yelling back to, somebody from Green Bay. I'll see you in 3 weeks, motherfucker. I'm gonna go have my sausage sandwich, and I'll come back and kick your ass in 3 weeks.
So if Aaron Rodgers was like, I own you, would that motivate you in the locker room? Like, guys, this motherfucker, I don't give a fuck how talented he is. We're going after him. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%. Like for me, I just enjoy like competition. If a guy's going to talk shit, like I'm just going to amp it up to another level. Like I'm going to match it and go beyond that. So like 100%, that would just add, that's like bulletin board material. That just adds more motivation.
I love it. I love it.
How important is competition to you? Does it carry over into like Madden or Call of Duty and
oh yeah, for sure. I don't like to lose, whether it's on the football field or playing video games or anything.
So you're like this 10-year-old from Vietnam just kicked my ass at COD, and you're cussing him out.
Yeah, I'm competitive as shit for sure.
I love it.
My son scream at Fortnite, for God's sake. I'm like, can you stop screaming? For God's sake, it's driving me nuts. But let me ask you this in all of your truth. Like, as a kid, did you grow up with an NFL team that you rooted for, or was it players? What was it for you?
For me, it was just I was a huge Ray Lewis fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kind of like, obviously, like, probably not like a traditional thing, like growing up an offensive lineman.
No, that's awesome.
But like, I just loved Ray Lewis, like the aggression he played with, how motivational he was, how like well of a leader he was. Like it's just something I fell in love with, and I always, grew up watching the Ravens just because I liked Ray Lewis.
I love the honesty, Shayne.
Yeah, no, you can't. Brock, we like to have a little bit of fun with guys, just firing off some, just fun questions. So Bill will play off of what I say, but
yep.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
Oh my God.
Tell him, Brock. Bill's a PS5 guy. I'm telling him. Xbox is where it's at.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Want to talk a little shit to the PlayStation guy over there, Brock? Let him have it.
Yeah. Nah, he knows Xbox is better.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say no.
I call Xbox the little kid's toy. It's fine if you guys like that.
Listen to you.
Yeah.
Let me DC or Marvel?
DC.
Really?
Did you see the new Batman?
I haven't seen it, but I'm a big like Batman fan. So yeah.
The new Batman was great. I like the new Batman better than Spider-Man. And I'll say this because it's caused all this, stirred up all this stuff on my Instagram and my Facebook. But, don't go in with the bias towards the guy from Twilight. The dude is a good actor. He does a great job in this, but I felt like they captured the darkness of what you expect Gotham to be, and they pull. I don't want to, no spoilers, but I want to see that. I don't like all the gimmickry, trying so hard to make comedy in Spider-Man. I thought Spider-Man was good, but I thought Batman, Spider-Man was like a 5 or 6 out of 10. I gave Batman like an 8.5.
Yeah, I need to check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the check out. I always ask this question. I know Bullets has said it, that today is the anniversary of our guy Biggie Smalls, his death. The anniversary of his death. I don't celebrate anniversary of anyone's deaths, but I will put it out there because Biggie deserves it. I'm not trying to sway you. We always ask Tupac or Biggie.
I would say Biggie for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I asked
now
Cole,
he's back.
I asked Cole Strange that, and he told me Tim McGraw. So he's got a little bit.
Personally, I'm a big 50 Cent dude, though. But,
really? Did you like when he was hanging upside down at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that was all right. That was fun. I just.
He was 75 cent hanging upside down. He looked a little bumpy.
There's his cousin.
47.
Yes.
Yeah.
47. That's our guy.
iPhone
Claudio.
or Android?
iPhone.
Oh yeah, he's working his way back to you.
Nice.
Yes, he's 3 in a row on my side now. He just lost me. Listen, is there one show? This is a new one that I'm going to ask every guest. If I don't forget, Jason Onstad, you got to remind me. Every guest, I got to ask them, is there a show right now that you want people to watch? Is there something you're streaming, something that we need to see? Is there anything?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys seen it yet, but you have HBO Max?
Yes.
The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh,
I've heard about this.
It's funny.
It is very, very funny.
Look at this guy.
Yes.
Claudio's
That's
in.
great. When you said HBO Max, I'm like, say that
Where's
show.
the-
I just finished that show. It's great.
Yeah.
It's so
Really?
funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
Danny
yeah.
McBride, the dude he did Eastbound
He's
and
the
Down.
best.
Eastbound and Down, yeah.
His shows are always just a different style of comedy. It's great.
Smoke weed every day.
There's our moderator, our barber moderator. This kid grew up next to me. Like my son, I brainwashed him to be a Bears fan.
I did.
I don't know if he figured it out. But yes, I know we're keeping you on, but I got to bring our patron on here. Our patron, Jason Onstad. I've asked you prepare. Have you prepared, Jason?
Well, I've done the best I could. I haven't been able to watch much tape. It's the first tape I've seen on Brock, but
yes. Do you have a question for him?
sure. A good question would be you and your left guard.
Lacetus.
To be in
Jesus, how do you
sync.
guys forget this every time?
Lacetus.
Yeah, it's
No, that's
Lacetus.
right.
I know.
Lacetus.
But
No one's
hey,
gonna-
it's Phil's fault, man. He confused me with the Lafitas.
Tell
All right.
Jason. Maybe we could get Jason on as well. That would be hilarious with the two. Bring you both back.
All right, Brock. So you guys look pretty in sync on most of those plays that we watched. So what was besides the one he was out that week? But what kind of locker room did you guys have with your old line?
Our line,
were you guys pretty tight?
yeah,
Stuck
no,
together a lot?
Yeah, we did everything together. So basically, like our daily schedule was we had breakfast every morning at 5:45, and the whole line we'd wait on every single body to be there until we could eat. That was just like a little thing that we did. We always would eat dinners together every night of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night, or Thursday and Thursday night too. But yeah, I mean, football wise, like we would go to the field extra during the off season. We'd watch film together. Like one thing we would do is like the starting five, like every Wednesday night, we'd go get like Chipotle or food and then go to the film room at night and watch blitz cut ups of the game of the team that we were playing that week. So, Yeah, I mean, I'd say we were all in sync just because we had been with each other for 3 years and we did everything together, whether it was on the field or off.
Second
awesome.
question. Do I get a
Oh, you
second
gotta
question?
go
One
ahead.
more?
Go ahead. 1B, as Cars
Okay.
would love that.
1B. Where'd you get that nasty streak? Because man, you were laying dudes out on that tape. So.
I'd say it's my dad. With him
you
having that college coaching background and coaching me as a young kid, like he told me from day one, he's like, if you're gonna play football, you're gonna play nasty. He's like, you're not gonna play the game soft. He's like, I can't see that. So it's just kind of stuck with me. It's just kind of been who I am as a player.
We got, fans of the Bears in your family, so I'm sure somewhere along the line that Buck came across. It's got that little
I'm sure
little hit in there.
Olin Kreutz.
Olin Kreutz.
You know him?
Yeah,
Brock?
if you're talking center wise. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard him talk at the OL Masterminds Clinic in Texas this summer.
What were your thoughts
it was
on him?
Cool to hear him speak.
What were your thoughts?
Well, the first thing he said, if you're going to play offensive line, you have to play nasty. That was like the first thing he said to everybody in the room. So I was hooked, and I was just sitting there taking notes, just listening.
That
to
sounds like Olin.
Yep.
We love him.
That's why we love that
Great
guy.
man.
Although sometimes he dislikes us because
just me right now. Now I'm on his bad list.
Hey,
but I
Brock,
do
we
love
got a
that.
question from the one of the
Claudio's
questions.
our chat
One of the-
guide, our moderator.
The moderator. I
Here
look
we
at the
go.
chat. The 100
Good
crew is
question.
always asking
This is
questions. So
usually a Shayne question, but Ninos Adam, he asks Claudio, do you want to read it for those?
yeah, I can
listening?
read it. Yeah.
I didn't know if you could read
What do
tonight.
What do you consider your weak points are at center?
For me, just being like the mauler type player I am, sometimes I'm not as consistent as I want to be with my technique in terms of like hand placement or stepping like that. Like I just want to, maul the dude and rip his face off basically. But that's been something I've been trying to clean up since I've trained down here in Atlanta, just kind of cleaning up that technique and allowing myself to, be more efficient in the way I move.
What are your plans for draft day, Brock?
Oh, you stole my follow-up. Good job, Shayne.
I'm going to have my family and some friends at my house in Statesville.
Statesville.
Get some barbecue catered. And
there you go.
Oh, there you go. What's your go-to barbecue? I had pulled, what is that? Pork belly for the first time in my life a month ago. And now I'm like, pork belly. Where's pork belly? Everywhere. It's so good. But go ahead. What do you like?
Mine's brisket, but I don't like dry brisket. I need like the.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We went to this place in Southington, Connecticut called Q the other day. My boy ordered the brisket. My ribs were fucking dropping off the bone. Delicious. His brisket was overcooked. I go, send it back, bro.
Yeah,
send it
you
back.
got to send it back.
There they are.
Is that the Hoffman family?
The girls
That's some dry brisket right there.
Rob,
Those are the Lafituses. I know them.
The girl, the sister is the funniest one, right?
Oh, she's crazy. She's crazy.
I gotta see
awesome.
this show.
Oh, she's awesome.
Oh, Phil, you'll die laughing.
This
bro.
is the third person in the past 7 days to tell me to watch this show. And that's why I'm doing this. TTNL, I was talking to someone earlier today. It's like some shows are like, stay in the box and don't go this way in a conversation. Stay on football. But if you know this family and we want you to be back, I got to get your address. Obviously, that's why on Instagram, because I want to send you a
I'll
little.
go check it right after this.
I want to send you a little swag from me and Shayne and all of the TTNL peeps. A little Keepin It 100 t-shirt.
Yeah, be sure and text Lasitas and tell him the Phil Atoshin fucked him over tonight about 5 times.
Listen, you two both are in the draft. I am fans now. Lasitas jumps right off the tape, and so do you. And your personality, Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus are scouring the draft and the planet for people I believe like yourself. Now, when's your pro day? When's that?
March 22nd.
March 22nd, Jackle. Mark that down in the TTNL calendar.
Does that mean you're eating brisket on March 23rd?
I will be eating brisket on March 22nd at
about. Nobody. I'm gonna DM you that day, bro. What are you doing right now? Like 7:00. What are you doing right now?
We get some brisket and a milkshake.
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Not a protein shake. He's going milkshake. Listen, I so appreciate your time. I know it's valuable, and to have you come on here, please, I really want to bring you back, no matter where you go, no matter what you do. I hope it's with Chicago Bears. You got the right attitude. You got the toughness, the tenacity. Just watching all of your tape, I usually will watch 3 or 4 games of a guy to get a good handle on him, because I'm not the Chicago Bears that have an access to all these games. But watching your 4-5 games now, and watching you, obviously Notre Dame, I thought that was Memphis, so I went through that whole tape thing.
I don't think you called one team out right, other than North Carolina at the end.
North Carolina and Notre Dame. I figured
He was trying to find out Boston College. It was in the end zone, dude. It said Boston.
God, I don't watch tape in the end zone, Brock. Come on. I fucking love Brock, though.
But we have
to keep you on longer, Brock.
We got to put his acting chops to the test here real quick before we
Shayne.
let him go, though, Phil. We got to.
Thank you. We ask every.
You got to do your best Danny McBride here for us real quick.
Every
Brock.
guy that comes on this show, that's a guest. You're one time. We ask you to do, we call it a station ID. And what that is, you're going to say who you are, however you want. You shouldn't fuck this up. This is like a job interview.
Got to say, hey, I'm Brock Hoffman of the Virginia Tech Hokies, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network. Think you can pull that off?
Easy. It took Akeem Hicks
so this is what
11 times.
Just gonna intro yourself whatever way. You could say I'm Brock Hoffman of the Virginia Tech Hokies, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
All right.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna count you down.
I'm keeping it 100.
He's taking it serious. His cheeks are even getting red.
He looks like fucking. Put these two next to each other. Him and fucking Jason Onstad, red cheeks up there from Scotland, wherever. Very Onstad. Sounds like a ship.
You got it. Pressure's on you, Brock. Think you can
all right,
pull it
Brock.
off?
I'm gonna isolate on you. You can still hear me though, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna give you 3, 2, 1. Do you have the script? Just give me a thumbs up when you think you're ready. All right, 3, 2, 1.
I'm Brock Hoffman, Virginia Tech offensive lineman, and I'm keeping it 100 on the Tape Never Lies Network.
Oh my God.
Yes.
This dude.
And that was not Brock Hoffman. At the end.
That was actually Lafetus.
Of Wallingford, Connecticut. The Lafetus of Wallingford, Connecticut.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's the juice, baby. Yo, I feel the juice in my mouth. Yo, the juice in your ass. Like
yes, he's feeling the juice.
That wasn't. Oh my God.
That wasn't it either.
We get a little bit off center here.
Perfect job. Perfect
awesome
guest.
Job, man. Yeah.
Brock Hoffman. Please follow this guy at. Where is it, Brock? Where can they find you on your journey?
Twitter's at Brock Hoffman 76 and Instagram's at Brock Hoff 76.
Follow him, TTNL 100 crew. Let him know you loved him on the show. Let him know how far this show travels so we can get more players that are as great and as honest and completely showcasing the personalities and the traits that it takes to be a goddamn NFL center. Best of luck to you, brother. Seriously, we're going to keep in touch. All the best of luck on your pro day. But I got one word of advice for you, in all honesty, all jokes aside. I've been around this game my whole life. If you don't love the game, it's going to fall out flat. It's just gonna. If you love the game, which you've passed all my tests, you would have to be fucking Leonardo DiCaprio as an actor tonight to get this far. So you've passed all that. But when the fucking lights are off and you're by yourself and you're calling out the mics in your room and you're calling out the fronts and you're going over the plays because you're going to be the young man on the totem pole. There's going to be hills you're going to have to overcome. Just remember that little boy in 3rd grade. Do that for us here, because that guy is going to win. That guy's going to make it. And we're pulling for you, bro. So thank you so much for coming on the show and joining us tonight. We had a lot of fun breaking down your tape, showing everybody what it's about here at TTNL. The tape never lies, Brock, right?
Yep.
Tape.
For sure.
The tape never lies. I love you. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
A brisket ain't gonna lie in a couple weeks.
Appreciate that. Crush it.
Brock.
Crush it. Yeah, appreciate y'all.
All right,
later, man. Good luck.
Brock Hoffman, man. Oh my God.
Love the mentality, the attitude. You know, we've had a bunch of guys on, and that's one thing that we've looked for is that certain mentality that we want to see come to Chicago, and Brock just adds to that. It's want guys that love football, and it's more than just that. I mean, I love hearing him say that he's competitive off of the football field.
That was a great question.
Yeah, I love that part of it, because it just shows that I can remember when I was a kid, you playing freaking kickball at 5, 6 years old with my friends, and some of your friends would be like, "Oh man, just calm down. Why are you so,
oh my God."
I was never like that. And so when he said that, man, I loved every
That's
minute
how all the
of it.
greats are, though, in all the sport. You know what I mean? All the greats in sports.
There's
it's
something about
with everything. It's just in them, it just flows through them.
But Phil, we have
wait a
fire
second.
down.
Hold on. I just want to put a final touch on this.
Yeah.
There is an opportunity. Me, Barlissimo, Shayne, breaking down tape with my dad, Coach who, Jason?
Coach Phil Atoshin.
There you go. Coach Atoshin Sr. breaking down tape every weekend on the tapeneverlies.com. Go over there, become a patron. We're pushing for 1,000. We're pushing for 1,000. We want to get to that mark and continue this rise of this network. And it's not ever done without you guys. We're going to be breaking down 3 centers on Saturday that are free agents. 3 centers on Saturday. Me, my dad, and maybe Barlissimo. 3 centers that are going to be Brian Allen, the kid from the Rams, Allen, the kid from Jensen from the Bucks, and one other center. I can't remember. Barlissimo could put it in the chat. I think Karras from New England, who played center and guard. We're going to be breaking down those 3 free agents on Sunday. Draft mob. Shayne, myself, and Barlissimo will be breaking down tape of DeMarco Jackson from Appalachian State. Look at his pro day number. Look at his combine numbers. Obviously, the Bears, Jackle knows, need an inside linebacker with Roquan moving the outside linebacker. But let's get this guy's here. Our nerd is
Nerd alert.
all rise for Lord Cars.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. With the man of the people.
Lord Hans, good to see you. Good to see
Phil
you.
sent me that earlier today, and I was driving, so I couldn't watch the whole thing. And then I actually forgot about it. And he's like, "Bro, what'd you think?" And I watched it. I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
The music sounds so much like Robin Hood Men in Tights that I was laughing the entire time. Absolutely.
It took me an hour and 45 minutes to find the right music.
You nailed it.
Shayne will tell you, I'm a fucking nut when it comes to all these details. Shout out to Corey Kennedy for those cars as a Lord. Lord Hans.
Lord Hans. Yes,
cars.
That's right.
Dude,
Hans
I
Christian
did a search. Shayne, I texted you that picture. Can you upload that?
Which
of Hans
yeah.
Carstensen.
Yeah, there is one.
1800.
There is one card.
There
You know
is
that?
one.
No.
What? Yes, it looks like Lord Hans.
I have reached out to the other Matt Carstensons because that's always funny, right? It'd be like random, but I never looked for a Hans. I tried to.
Where did you send it to me? Was it on
I texted
DM?
it to you.
No, it's not on the text.
Oh my God, it's with you and somebody else. You and Jackle.
Maybe hold on, I'm looking.
It's you and Jackle, I believe. Jackle don't do
We'll just
shit.
cut all this out and post, everybody.
Yeah,
so
it's
don't
you
worry
and
about
Chris
it.
Oh, yeah,
Jackle.
there it
He
is,
could have
there it
had
is.
it up there for you, but here he is. Look at him. He's there, folks.
What the fuck, my man?
Do
Holy
one thing
shit.
right.
Coming in hot. That's what I love about Jackal. He
He's
leaves
been
no
giving the
questions
middle
asked.
finger all show. Like
I'm like, what's wrong with Phil, man? You take, was he medicating before the fucking show? He's like a step slower
At the
tonight.
left
I'm like,
guard or the
Last guard, fetus,
wait, no, the
fetus?
right,
Like,
the
what are we
right
doing
guard.
here?
I didn't know Lafetus was
Lacetus.
Lacetus.
Lafetus. That is the French way that my wife would deliver a baby. Lafetus is ready. Come on.
Yes. Lafetus is the best name ever right now.
Jesus.
Listen,
Did you read all these books?
did you read all
If you
those
go back
books?
and look at Brock's face, Phil, when you're like,
Every
no,
single
the
one of
guy,
them.
the guy on the
Yeah.
other side of you off your left shoulder, and he's like, yeah, it's Lacetus. It was so great. It was so great. I'm like, what the fuck? Jackal texted me immediately. He's like, what's up with Phil?
Dude, I have not watched any guard tape.
Yeah,
but that dude
you'll
is
know
a good.
him. You'll know
Yeah,
him. once
I
you
already
watch
know him.
Yeah.
I love what I saw already. I love what I saw in him. Oh, Kyle Brandt. Kyle Brandt will kick this off, I guess. Kyle Brandt taking shots. I guess he's imitating me.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's whatever. This is cool too. It's all cool, but I just keep it real. Keep it 100.
All I'm saying, Kyle, keep it real, keep it 100, is take your own advice. Take your own fucking advice. And I'm challenging you. Again, clip this. HL Priest, one of you fans that actually do shit, unlike Jackal. Clip this. Kyle Brandt, please come on. Talk some football with some real football analysis. Let's
Yeah, 'cause
break this
what
down.
did he say? Some people might not know. What did he say? He said something about Rodgers owning us or something, right? What did he say on the show?
Yeah, he's going to own us for another 4 years.
That's
because
what
of
he
the
said,
new
right?
deal.
That's a Bear fan saying that.
This is the kind of shit, Cars, that we played this clip earlier. Let's play it again.
Like, hey, the Packers are always going to have their quarterbacks. The Bears are going to have to face them twice a year. And before we went live at him, it's like you can put 2 losses on the the Bears schedule there whenever.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's whatever. This is cool too. It's all cool, but I just keep it real. Keep it 100.
Yeah, keep it real. No one's keeping it 100 at all in those clips.
There one guy is. This dude.
Totally
It's the real glasses off. Holy
Hans
shit.
Carstensen. Look at him.
Actually, I'll have to clean that up a little bit. I can
Considering
clean that
I'm
up
not even really a Carstensen, that is still throwing me off quite a bit.
You're a Marino, right? Wasn't that your?
What was your real name for real?
Carlson, actually.
Carlson.
So, and ironically, SEN as well there. So,
SEN.
Yes.
Touché, sir.
I know some Carlsons here in Connecticut. Shout out to Josh and Kevin, who I actually love those two guys. So, yes, I was just blown away looking at. I didn't know that wasn't. I get it now. Being adopted and the whole story shebang. It's crazy. They need to do a movie on this. On the
God, there's so much that would have to be left out of my life for either how fucked up it is or how absolutely boring it is. Like, how much can you watch a guy look at Excel spreadsheets on a computer inside of a movie theater? It just doesn't work.
Well, are you looking at those numbers and saying, you know what? Aaron's re-signed. The Bears are losing twice.
I think it's the best thing to happen to us, to be honest. Because I think if you
Thank you, Cars.
if you peek that in with what they think he's going to pull in and what Devontae wants, like you're going to be paying 80 million, maybe 75 million to two guys. You're going to have to cut Kenny Clark, the Smiths, Dean Lowry, like a whole bunch of guys on a defense that wasn't very good to begin with. So yeah, it is eerily reminiscent of what the New Orleans Saints did with Drew Brees, and you're going to pay him and Michael Thomas a whole lot of money, and you're going to suffer everywhere else. This was your best shot at a Super Bowl, and you couldn't win a home game. How are you going to do that now when you have to cut half of everybody, to make this all work? It's fandom really running your front office, and so that's I don't really care if they beat us, 2 times this year or next year. Like, this is the end of that for a franchise for a while.
Yeah, but talk about the analysis there. Like, just giving the Packers wins next season because they've reached. That's the
fucking lazy.
That's the negligence, I believe, in analysis.
Well, because it doesn't look at like. It's not that they're adding a piece, right? It's not that they're adding Aaron Rodgers. Like let's just use Denver as a scenario, right? Like if they added him, Denver instantly moves up. But to quote unquote add him, they're gonna have to subtract so many people across the board for an aging roster at key positions, for an offensive line that really did not look like historic Green Bay offensive line for large chunks of last year, with a quarterback that's getting older. I tweeted it the other day with, like when you draft Jordan Love, and A.J. Dillon's a great player, but he's a split time guy at round 2. You've got DeGuara at round 3 who doesn't play. Like, it's not like they're drafting very well to back these guys up either. They draft great at offensive line, not so much everywhere else. It's an addition that's going to cause so many subtractions for the next 2 to 3 years. It ends up really working in our favor as long as Justin continues to develop and become the guy that we think he is. And that probably shows the second game next year. Like the first game, you never know, but the second game, depending on who we add, this is going to be us and this is kind of going to be them for the next couple of years.
Well, I'm of the camp that I want Rodgers in Green Bay because I want to change the culture of the Chicago Bears under the guise of you won the division because Aaron left. That kind of shit, to Shayne's point about being a kid playing kickball competitive, is where I stand as a Bears analyst. I don't want to hear anything. This Mitch Trubisky beat Aaron Rodgers to win the North. Matt Nagy was the negligence that caused this whole shebang to get banged out of fucking town like a freaking $2 whore.
$2 hooker. Oh.
Let's get her out, get competence in, and see where this football team's going to be. I don't get that kind of analysis. I don't get Mr. fucking Brandt being on the NFL Network from real world fucking Chicago, whatever fuck town he was in, talking football mindlessly is not, it's terrible. It's like, it's a disease in this country right now, not just with football, just with everything. Let's say something crazy. Let's say something crazy. Let's put these guys that fucking have never played football in their lives talk about it. The famous fucking PFF drop we have here. The best abilities availability. That kind of analysis is believed by the Bears blog, whatever podcast they got, whatever that kind of shit. Just
these guys will tell you the best abilities is availability.
Exactly. Thank you.
No, but I want to see them, like, to your point, you don't want to go win a Super Bowl and it's because, you didn't go out and beat the best, that you don't you'll take it, but you want to go and put your foot down. Like, there was a changing of the guard that we always had to deal with Brett Favre when he came on and he started to take over. That is what shifted that dynamic. Now we want that in return, right? And yeah, this isn't a baton. This is not a race where you're handing a baton from one team to the other. This is, no, we're going to take this. This is, I always like it back to the Bulls. This is the Bulls beating the Pistons to go win a championship, right? This is my division. This is my conference, right? This is my trophy. That's what I want. I don't want to backdoor into anything because that shit just doesn't last. I want it. I want a good run.
This isn't a meatball take
last
either.
backdoor car, but
I'm telling you right now. Get his ass on. He'll come on for his segment. But seriously, bring him back. He's all upset. There he
that was a good joke. I mean, what
It was
the
a
fuck?
good joke.
Come on.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
That might be some of my best work. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
That was awesome shit.
You know what's great about that is you can watch Shayne as it's going on and realize he's paying
doing
badass attention to what anybody else is saying. Like, it'll just be like, great idea. Yep, that's brilliant. Model.
Not like I get to talk. I got to do something while I'm sitting there.
Oh, that was awesome. Well played, Shayne. Well played.
Anytime you can play a pan flute, right? Like, now you're just rocking the shit. Right?
Fear the damn flutist.
That's your new intro every time you come on the show.
I'm good. Like, I want new pan flute every week. I'm just jealous of that guy's hair.
Yeah,
we gotta
get you that wig.
I wish I could grow hair.
That's coming up.
Order
the
budget.
We don't have Angelo this year to open the draft, but Lord Hans is. I'll buy you the fucking moped. You're intro in the draft on a moped with that wig.
And I gotta get those like gold buckle shoes.
I can come up. I'll just drive you around on the moped.
Aubrey's gonna be like, "Mommy, who's that crazy person on the moped out back?"
And Mommy's gonna do what she does the most. I fucking said yes to this guy. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Got a musician in the chat.
Ben is
it's a
correct.
recorder.
It's a recorder. We got to find out.
Ben, don't you ever correct me again.
It's fucking Lord Hans you're talking to.
This is Lord
Respect
Hans.
the name.
Respect the name. But listen, seriously, back to the Aaron Rodgers stuff. I just think you got to really pay attention to what you're listening to. That's why I think this show obviously stands alone, because the analysis is never going to panhandle to wanting clicks. It's just not. And I don't get anybody ranking power rankings in April when a schedule comes out. I don't get any of that. Who won the offseason? Last time who won the offseason won a Super Bowl. I mean maybe
Daniel Snyder wins more off seasons than anybody else in the NFL. Like, he's gotten that award so many times, and they can't make a playoff, right? Like, absolutely. It's a participation trophy, right? Like, it's like, hey, you spent more money than everybody else. Congratulations. You still suck.
So when the Bears beat the Packers, you can invade Nick. What's his last name? Mariano? How do you say his name?
Yeah, Mariano. Yep.
Mariano. Maybe we can get Nick on here to talk about that take.
Somehow I doubt it.
Maybe he will. I mean, you got to step up in the pocket.
You mentioned bringing in some of the free agents from the Colts too. Who do you think is going to play that linebacker spot?
Yeah, it'll really depend on who they want to bring in.
Must have been at the top of your fucking class.
Wow, I probably could have answered that better, honestly.
I have such a rant. Like, how can you be a nerd and not have a name? Like, that is unacceptable. You are out of the club. I'm sorry. You are no longer in the nerd club. We have some lovely parting gifts for you, but like, you can't. You should have like 7 names for every weird scenario in our head, and if that's not it,
that was the ultimate ball drop.
You can. The best part is when you watch that, like you could look at Adam and he's like, "Come on, dude, just say a name."
Look at the uncomfortable
Give me
pause.
some
Like,
names.
holy fuck, I don't have numbers here to back me up. I gotta give a fucking name.
Well,
Then let me do what I hired to do.
You mentioned bringing in some of the free agents from the Colts too. Who do you think is going to play that linebacker spot?
Yeah,
Give me some fucking names. Give this kid 2 fucking games.
the Adam Rink like staring off into the distance. Shayne, if you want to take that, like when he starts going, you need to turn off the music, do the "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend,"
right.
and just zoom in on Adam Rink's face.
We'll have to have Claudio sing that though, because
That would be good. Can you sing that, Claudio?
No, I can't see.
Yeah.
Let's hear me sing. The Twitch.
The Carstensen family.
Twitching for me.
Hans. He was born in 1819.
Yeah,
And he
sounds
lived-
about right. Yeah, I look good for my age. Really do though.
That's your great grandfather.
Breaking news. The tape never lies. Network breaking news.
You guys hear that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's time for our patron number 487 to take down those pants, and it's time to mow some lingerie.
Here we go.
Jason's like, "Oh fuck, are they serious?"
Yeah, dude.
There she is.
Oh,
There
this one
she
is
is.
only
The queen.
47 paragraphs, Sheri. So
Really? Oh, shoot.
Newest invention here is called the Cobb Quickie.
I said, hey, oh, baby, oh, bring that fat ass.
What?
Sheri wasn't ready for the.
No, I heard the music and I started trying to read.
here come the wedding proposals.
Hush up, sir.
I'm waiting for those to come up in the chat.
Oh my gosh.
Jason's hands are becoming a hit tonight.
Yeah.
Jason, don't clap for me.
Hashtag Jason hands.
You got to tell the chick.
Is the wife there? Is she over there?
Did he just freeze?
Yes, he's scared of the wife unplugging.
I'm unplugging the fucking router after this shit going.
Just keep going out.
You can see more of it.
I didn't know this shit was going on, Jason.
Sorry.
Oh my God, Jason! It froze right when you were put on the spot there.
Yeah.
Like
I
it's
know,
the wife
isn't that
around, and then it froze like she unplugged.
Hey.
You were in that O face.
Yep.
Yes.
Are you in that room alone, Jason?
Yes.
Yeah.
The last time we asked that question, it was with
blinked
another
twice.
patron. It
I
was
just wanna
a
make
resounding
that-
no.
make that completely aware.
I think divorce paper.
Sheri, what do you think? Are you all prepped?
Get in somebody's ass today and shave it. Go.
We get the before and after. What's going on here?
I can't stand y'all.
Is Hoffman still on the show? Where is he?
Come on.
Oh, that's Jason.
This is awesome. This is some of the best shit. Let's roll. Come on.
Where is
Get to
Sheri?
it.
Are you gonna do the read or are you passing?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
you know.
You wanted me to? Who do you want me to remove? You seem to be embarrassed. Is everybody okay?
Yeah, I'm good with everybody.
Okay.
Jason's wife's like, I'm fucking removing everybody. I'll take that shit off YouTube.
Please shut the
Where do you file those things again?
Jason, you'll be in Wallingford, Connecticut in a fucking barn.
Angelina at.
Can you hear me? This is your dad speaking. Can you hear me?
If you do make it to that barn, I need you to safely remove my cardboard cutout because I don't know what's going on with that, but please.
I'll bring it in the moped.
What?
Yeah.
Jason Onstad, patron 487, is on the show tonight. He won the contest. We always have contests. Become a patron, thetapeneverlies.com. If you want to be a part of the network on every level, we always say TTNL is family, and we mean it. Tonight, Jason has joined us for the whole show. Jason, did you enjoy the Brock Hoffman interview and tape breakdown live?
I did. It was nice to see tape breakdown outside of, X's with the O's, and it was pretty nice to watch that. Or Draft Mob. But
I wanted to bring that element
cool
to the table here tonight.
It was cool. It was really cool to hear from him too. I mean, he's got seems like a solid kid. Got a good head on his shoulders. So yeah, it was good.
As long as he's well groomed, Sheri, for his pro day.
12 minutes later,
he might get underneath that time he wants. What do you got, Sheri? Manscaped.
Yes. So we got a new launch. Okay, go ahead and clap it up for the new launch.
New launch.
Yes.
New launch at Manscaped.
I'm excited to announce their brand new Ultimate Premium Collection. Believe it or not, they're moving above the bikini line. I'm talking about upgrading the man in your life's hygiene routine with your favorite manly scent. This is an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man that covers him from head to toe, literally. Manscaped is trusted below the waist. Now trust them with the rest. Help him join the 4 million men worldwide who look great and smell great thanks to Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code ShyCitySports.
Who is echoing? Who?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it? It's causing the beat to echo.
Yeah.
Does Jason keep twirling on your end, Shayne?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so it's his internet connection.
Real great.
You got that old Zorich
Claudio
connection.
shit.
Yeah.
Just bought this 14.4 modem. Plug that fucker in.
It made all the noises.
Manscaped. Manscaped.
Right.
Well done, Sheri.
No,
I'm
she still got more.
Still going. We all know what a game
Get rid of
changer
Jackle while
the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 has been for trimming below the waist. And now you can enhance his perfect grooming routine with their ultra premium collection. The package includes Manscaped premium deodorant, not for his balls. Say goodbye to his smelly armpit hug. This deodorant dries clear, is aluminum free, and smells like their signature scent. They have a hydrating body moisturizer, great for tattoos and issues with dry skin. It's designed to keep skin feeling clean, smooth, and smelling fresh. They have a body wash to lather him up with their infused aloe vera and sea salt shower gel. 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner for nourishing and luxurious 2.2-in-1, far above the rest, infused with sea kelp and coconut water. Plus, there's more.
There's more.
A free gift. A 3-pack set of lip balm that's made with ingredients like vitamin E, peppermint, and eucalyptus oil. To keep those lips really boys. A lip balm so good you're guaranteed to steal one or two from his set. In this package, you get 4 gifts, 4 products, plus a gift inside the Ultra Premium Collection. All of these products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, vegan-friendly, and dye-free. The best ingredients with zero compromise. No compromise. I'd recognize using the products in this order. Hop in the shower, scrub it up that body with the Manscaped body wash. Lather his luscious locks with 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. On the Manscaped deodorant for obvious reasons. And pop that Manscaped lip balm on. No more kissing cat lip. Oh my god! Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code ShyCitySports at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code ShyCitySports at manscaped.com. The only smell you'll want on him in a bottle, thanks to Manscaped.
You mentioned bringing in some of the free agents from the Colts too. Who do you think is going to play that linebacker spot?
Yeah, it'll really depend on who they want to bring in.
Motherfucker, short circuit.
He basically was like Shayne and Phil were whispering shaved balls into his ear, and he just couldn't move forward.
That dude is not Manscaped. He is not Manscaped. No.
There's not like a woman has seen his balls.
Lip balm. Manscaped.
Great job.
Great job, Sheri. Great job, everybody helping Sheri out. I like the fact that they have a new underarm deodorant, Shayne. Manscaped does.
You can put it in a variety of places.
Did you make that too, Shayne?
Then let me do what I hired to do.
What I gotta do.
You want to know what the best part about that clip is? You see what Cars is doing? He's got something really good to say, but watch his reaction.
Watch Cars.
Then let me do what I hired to do.
That's crazy motherfucker.
I think every time Angelo opened his mouth, Claudio can't control him.
No, I can't.
No, he's all kid in the candy store. Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Let's do this.
Every Angelo clip with Claudio.
I think I have that someplace I can.
No, we're very economical, my family.
I can upload the best Claudio Angelo clip.
Do you have it?
TTNL history.
Do you? That's
give me a couple seconds.
Right.
He actually
know exactly which one you're talking about.
He helps me a little bit, but it was one of the funniest moments in TTNL.
Oh my god!
I pissed my pants when that.
Shy City Sport.
Keep it 100.
Put the
a little bit trickled out. What do you want me to say?
Get yourself the Manscaped.
Drop that.
Sheri, great job with the read. In all seriousness, we're having a lot of fun tonight.
I got to remove the Kyle Brandt thing, just so you know.
That's fine. Hopefully Kyle steps up to the plate. Someone
I emailed him during the show, asked him to come on. So
there we go. We'll see if. Listen, I'm not gonna, be rude to Kyle Brandt. If we're gonna talk it out and ask about some of these things that I have questions, like a Bears fan would going to a game with the Bills.
Sheri music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bears.
Thank you.
I love that music.
Let's take a trip back.
Oh, you uploaded already.
I have all
I think Rank showed him.
Then we got the new segment. It's Chris Jackle's shot to impress.
This isn't the best Claudio moment in TTNL. This is the best Claudio and Angelo moment. Okay. Phil, myself, Cars, and Claudio are all present for this.
I don't remember. I have no idea what this is.
Oh, you've seen it. It's
I probably have, but I don't
just
remember.
Everybody focus on Claudio, because he gets to a certain point where you don't think he can laugh anymore, and then he goes about 50% higher. So here we go.
Angelo, since you're the guest, this is the shout out segment. You got anybody you'd like to shout out? tonight?
I like to give a shout out to all the people that coached me in Lineman Hall. Scott McQueenie, Scott Medeiros. Coach.
That was
what the hell?
That was.
That was not me, Angelo.
All right.
Oh my God, Angelo.
Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened.
That guy Shayne is.
That was the wrong button.
He's got the magic finger.
He's a smart ass, that dude.
Yeah.
He's over there. That guy Shayne.
No, go ahead. Keep naming those guys up because I know all of them. Go ahead. Stop. Dude, didn't help that I was high as fuck.
Yeah.
Didn't help.
That was like a G.I. Joe cartoon, like the more you know, and it's like, I literally, fuck your mouth. Hey, Dad, you're like, oh, there it is.
And your dad.
So next time we play that, you have to focus while Angelo is talking before when it's building up to that moment. I'm literally uploading that video and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and a split second before
my
I
God
play it, you can see a little shit-eating grin on my face, like, oh, here we go, because I knew it was going to be fucking gold immediately.
Oh my God.
But then
Dude.
Claudio's reaction sold it, and then Cars had a mic drop in there too. He's like, oh, I need a minute.
Yeah. I didn't know who said that. That was
Cars.
Listen, when watch Angelo's movements though. He's like he cracks me up because his reaction. Yeah,
he was definitely offended. He's like,
oh yeah, just a little bit.
I don't understand why. I mean,
yeah.
What could have caused that? I have no idea.
Oh my God, that was funny. It got me in tears over here watching that. That is in the top.
Well played again.
I'm asking. Okay, we'll say this, and then we're getting into our new segment. It's the challenge segment, and it's going to continue on. Leave your comments how Chris performs in his new segment. We want some feedback here tonight as we move forward with this news. Where's our guy? You guys left this guy out.
Where'd he go?
I didn't remove him.
Oh, his internet went out. No one brought him back in. Anyway,
Trisha's like, you take that, motherfucker. Oh, I'm kidding.
Yes.
That's exactly what happened. So, but I'm back now, so it's good. No, it's
gotta make the wife.
Yep.
But anyway, I want somebody to, because people have stolen so much from TTNL, and Shayne and I talk almost every day on the phone, and Jackle actually comes in sometimes in my office when we're riffing and coming up with ideas. But how many things of merit, like Speed Bump Charlie, obviously Lafita's tonight, all of these things that you have memories of.
Pew now for whatever reason.
Give me a tackle or give me death. Cars, the Bears are trading up. All of these things, I'd like to see you fans rank, not rank them, but put them down in an order or something like that as super fans, and you'll be the next patron. Whoever comes up with the best list for me and Shayne, I'm going to get you on this Keeping It 100, just like Jason Onstad. So qualification, obviously, become a patron, put your list up to us, and then we'll get you on the show. With that being said, is that clear, Jackle? Did I explain it well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jackal
did a
seems
great
like he's
job.
reading shit.
I was reading this one right here, Broadcasting for Dummies. With my man.
Uh-oh.
It's right up here, Rick. Hold on, let me get it for you.
Say, isn't that right over there, Jackal?
Oh, shit.
Could he be ruder, Jackal?
Exactly.
Give me some names.
Lord Hans?
Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
I'm playing that when I enter the bedroom this evening, and then start doing that.
The lights go out and all that.
Oh, yeah.
In there.
Shayne was literally singing, humming it. Like, fuck them.
I couldn't get it out of my head. Yeah.
I'm humming it. That's what she said.
I can only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but
Jackle better do some shit. Jackal better do some shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit now. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal better do some 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 shit. Jackal don't do shit.
There it is. Jackal Don't Do Shit segment. If you want to sponsor, you want a company, a plumbing service, whatever you do, shout out to my guy, the Tenorellis. They're watching Shayne tonight, the Tenorellis. I know they own a plumbing company. If you do, you want to sponsor the Jackal Don't Do Shit segment, reach out to me and Shayne or Jackal himself. Let us know. Great job by Cool Kennedy producing that new segment open song. Jackal Don't Do Shit. Tonight he's going to try to do his shit.
Trying.
Jackal. Now, the object of this new thing is for Jackal to do something, and I've asked him to bring some news to the table and have us respond to it. Here we go, Jackal. What do you got here?
First off, Phil, I'm circling.
Best segment ever.
That was awesome. Better than Mike's segment.
Yeah.
You guys are so mean. Chris is trying his best.
You knew that was coming.
I was literally waiting. I was circling back and waiting for the drop, and then you guys fucking.
I wasn't expecting it, Jack.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't. I thought you were gonna go. What do you got? Circle back. Go ahead.
So we're going to talk about fucking football, guys. I mean, and the point of this is to talk about some NFL related news with some Bears minutia involved, and so we're going to talk about it. I want your opinions on this. People in the chat, something strikes your fancy about the NFL. You got a question, throw it in here. We'll see if we get the guys' reaction. A lot of stuff's going on in the last couple of days, right? A lot of quarterbacks moving. I want to start, though, with Mitch Trubisky before we get to the actual guys that have gone to new teams. Where do you think Mitch is going to end up, and do you see him being a starter in 2022?
Who?
Fuck you, Cars.
Is
he going to be a Steeler, Giant? What do you think?
What?
I think he's going to be a Giant because I think that's Mitch's mentality. I don't think he wants to go. I think Mitch is all about comfortable and whatever sets his nerves at ease, and he knows day ball. He knows the offense. It's a big city, so he can get back involved in that. And I think he'll go to the Giants. Do I think he'll beat out Daniel Jones initially? Probably not. I mean, I think they're essentially the same fucking guy, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. I think he'll start football games this year because I'm not a big believer. But I don't see, like, if I was Mitch, I don't know why the fuck you would ever go to New York. Anyway, it makes no sense. I mean, if I'm Mitch, I would go to fucking Pittsburgh all fucking day long.
Yeah,
over New York all fucking day long.
He is the most. I don't know what is going on with Mitch. I see the connection.
Word is it's
done
pretty much.
Yeah, because he's going to go with his boy, the offensive coordinator.
Wow.
I think it's all about comfort with Mitch, but that's who he has been his entire time.
Can Mitch grow? I mean,
Well, I think the question
tough market to be mediocre.
You've been in Chicago.
I think
Yeah,
the question is really
it ain't New York, bro. It's a
No,
different beast.
Chicago's tougher than New York.
He had
not
his
the fucking
situation
media.
in Chicago was way more mentally pressure. More pressure. Than Giants.
Listen,
The way
Jets,
we
Giants. There's two teams. I live over here. I think Chicago has destroyed. They can't have nice things. These fucking fans want to fucking trade Khalil Mack, for God's sake. They get a quarterback in here like Justin Fields. You got fucking guys like Brandt calling him a bust after 1 year under a Nagy. They can't appreciate David Montgomery. Giants fans would have David Montgomery in a fucking New Year's Day parade. The Bears fan, these things, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's just my point.
I just don't feel like Mitch is the guy that's going to step out and go like. I mean, would Carolina be interested in Mitch? Yeah. You know,
Colts, especially,
Would Tampa,
Colts with everything going on?
Would Tampa,
Colts traded?
Would
Wentz
Tampa be?
tonight?
Would Tampa be interested in Mitch? Would like you said, the Colts 100%.
I just think Chicago.
I think
is
Jimmy
a
G. I think Jimmy
football
G is going to be a
only.
Colt within 48 hours.
Who?
I do too.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy
I think
G.
He'll be a Colt. That's just
okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
We didn't get there.
But
yet.
I just don't feel like Mitch is that guy that's going to go out of his comfort zone and go, oh, I'm going to go to Pittsburgh and do this where I can kind of establish. He's going to go to New York where he's comfortable with a guy like Daboll, another guy that I just don't believe in Brian Daboll as a head football coach. I don't
either.
I've made that
we've talked about
very aware on this network. I'm not saying that he's not a good offensive coordinator, and I know obviously he had a big part to do with Josh Allen, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen's a fucking ultra talented quarterback.
Okay.
So, and Dayball's a fucking meathead, and he's always been a fucking meathead.
Yeah.
But
I want to do a quick pivot because my man
Hold
Rick
on,
in
wait
the
a
chat.
second. 1 second.
Okay.
I gotta say that. I gotta tackle this because it's important for Cars, Shayne, and myself here. I don't know how Jason feels about this.
Not
but
us.
I know Shayne is with me. I have an issue with fans supporting Mitch as if he's a Chicago Bear still.
Yeah.
All of us agree here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
give
shaking your head no, Jason, but you are agreeing with me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
That
why
makes
I
no
brought it up.
sense. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Listen, you're
That's crazy.
allowed. I just want to keep it 100. I'm not gonna. It just makes me go like this. Like I don't get how you guys are like still supporting Mitch. I get root for Mitch.
I believe there's certain people out there that root for Mitch more than they're rooting for the Bears.
Exactly.
That's
Thank
crazy.
you.
That's fucking wild.
Thank you. Like move the fuck.
That's just so they can. That's just so they can say they were right because they liked Mitch.
Look
So
at
they-
this guy in New York.
I was right about Mitch. We should never let him go. That's
Okay,
what it
for
is.
just for purposes, because everybody knows how I feel about David Montgomery or Khalil Mack. David Montgomery, God forbid, gets traded. David Montgomery, I love the guy. I'm gonna fucking cheer for him, but I'm not thinking about David Montgomery. That's not a
Khalil
Bear.
Herbert.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
thinking about David.
Khalil Herbert at that point.
I'm thinking about the
or whoever
next
they
guy.
have in there. Right.
I root for the fucking jersey.
Dude, I'm the
and get to know the
unfollow.
player.
You're not a Bear. I unfollow. I'm the unfollow guy. You're not.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Doesn't
Me
it?
and
I don't
Adrian
care what you
Amos
do on
were
a
like
Wednesday.
this. We used to text.
Yeah.
I love that dude. I felt like it was a fucking mistake to let him go.
Well, he'll be
But once he's gone,
He'll be
he's
let go
gone.
here again shortly.
Maybe he'll come back. I would fucking take him.
Exactly,
Would you take him back,
Adrian?
Shayne? Yes.
Well, to me, it's all going to depend on money. I mean,
No, it's just a player. Fuck the money. I'd
I'd
would
be
you take
interested in the
player?
player. Absolutely. I mean, you have a history there. It'd probably be the best thing in the world for Eddie Jackson. I don't think Adrian Amos has any intention of giving any type of a hometown discount, especially here in Chicago. He knows he's very aware of what Eddie's getting paid, and he's going to want to be paid wherever he goes. And there's money out there.
I love
What about
Trent Emery. That quote.
Bob Wagner. So we're talking about it, and I wanted to circle
This
there.
is
What are
your
your thoughts
segment.
on-
I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
I had to get that out there.
because the my buddy Rick in the chat was talking about. He read my mind, and I'm thinking I wanted to talk about
Bobby
Wagner.
Wagner. Shayne.
I'm a hard no on that,
Okay.
and it's just because this is the shit. Fantastic player. I get. Again, he's not going to come cheap, and he can't get back into this fucking mode of dumping big time money into the defensive side of the fucking football.
And old
Yeah,
defense.
and he just can't. It doesn't make any. I understand everybody loves the glitz and glamour of the day one big fucking name. Bobby Wagner is a great football player. It's not
Great
the right
football
time for him to be in Chicago. It's not. To me, it's not.
How old is Bobby Jackle?
31.
He's 31.
Thank you, Cars.
No,
31.
Gonna be 32.
For me, no. It's a hard
You're a
no because
pass, Claudio.
Yeah, pass. We got to spend money on offense on the offensive side.
Yeah, and that's where I want to go to is the offensive line. You know, the Colts, former Chiefs offensive lineman, and last year he played for the Colts, Eric Fisher. Looks like he's going to be available. What are your thoughts about bringing in a guy like Eric Fisher? He is older, but you know the Bills also cut John Feliciano today. So there's some guys out there with some credibility, that did their damn thing in the league. What are your thoughts about bringing in one of those two, or a guy like that?
I've never been a big Fisher guy myself, even when he came out. Like, I feel like he's frustratingly inconsistent in some of the bigger moments, at least from what I've seen. He would be probably an upgrade until we know what Tevin Jenkins is.
Okay.
But he is, again, it's another thing where he's a 30-year-old guy. My whole thing on this entire offseason and for the next 2 years are you got to focus on guys that are going to be here when we're ready to win a Super Bowl. And usually the guys on the other side of 30 just aren't.
Good point.
It's a great point, and I'm a big believer in Tevin Jenkins. So
I think you're going to see moves there, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're going to see.
Are you bringing in Eric Fisher?
To me, that's not my move.
Okay.
I know we're going to break some stuff down here, heading into free agency, and that shit's going to start getting crazy. I'm actually off from work, so I'm going to be home all day. Free agency frenzy when that opens. So if you're a TTNL patron, head over to the tapeneverlies.com to sign up to become a patron, because we will go live. Cars, I don't know if you're going to be available that day, Phil. You're going to be at work, correct?
What day is this?
Wednesday the 16th. I believe that's when
We're
everything
trying to get
kicks off,
Dan
correct?
Werder for that day. He might be able
Wednesday
to.
the 16th. I'll be taking that day off to join Shayne on the patron side.
Yeah,
there it is.
Become a patron, right? They were pushing to 1,000. I just wanted to address something back on Bobby Wagner. Who made that comment? Damn it! About it's too expensive. You don't know what the deal is yet, guys.
Oh,
You can't.
He's going to be. He's going to sign. He's going to sign for a lot
He's
of money.
31 years old, right? You're looking at Roquan Smith. There it is. Medusa. He's too expensive. I don't know. We don't know what he's going to sign for.
He's going to be expensive.
I don't know.
No doubt.
I don't know.
That's why he got cut.
Yeah.
Well, they got cut.
What's expensive? 8 million 1 year. 8 million. Is that too
They're
expensive?
restarting.
Yeah, he'll get a multi-year.
They don't want to pay him the money.
You know who signs guys like that and they thrive for 3 or 4 years? He's going to go to New England.
He'll might go to the Chiefs.
Let J.C.
Go to the
Jackson go
Chiefs.
again. Another
The
top
Chiefs let
cornerback.
Hitchens go, right?
Yeah, the Chiefs did. Hitchens is a guy that probably
I love
might get
that.
some interest
He could
here as
he
well.
could have been, but he could be signed immediately because he was released a couple of weeks ago. At this point, but it's
I like Bobby Wagner. If the plan is a short-term deal, just my 2 cents. I don't ever worry about this money stuff that everything's inflated and we don't know what it is. I'll look at the deal. Cars will break down the fucking deal.
It's
and
not
show
so
you
much
exactly.
about just that deal, Phil. It's about you have to shit. You can make the money fucking work 100%, but you
Look at the
have to.
Saints.
You have this war chest of fucking money on the other side of the ball, and then the guys
you need
over
a Mike
here eating-
Packer though.
These
Who's
guys
the
are. But I can find you I'll get you a fucking.
We got one coming on this weekend, Shane.
Yeah, and I'll find you a Mike Backer in the fucking draft. I'll find you an off the ball backer.
Alex Sims though does bring up a good name that's probably in play in Anthony Walker Jr. Right?
Yeah.
That's the Colts guy's a big play. I think Quit is probably going to get a release from Oakland or from the Raiders. He's going to be.
Who's the Green Bay guy?
Oh, that's a good football player.
Christian Kirksey?
No,
there was another one. Shit, you
He's
brought
got
him
a
up
funny
before.
name. I've brought him up before.
Oh, you brought him up a couple weeks ago. Card.
Oh,
You're talking about Oren Burks?
Yes.
Yes.
I think you brought him up.
Aaron Burr.
But yeah,
yeah.
Anthony Walker Jr. is going to be, and there's going to be, I think that the Bears could delve into the cornerback market also here in free agency and bring over a guy maybe that Ryan Poles is familiar with. But
you're going to see a lot of middle level deals, right? Like to Shane's point, you're not going to see us shopping in the $10+ million
doesn't make
guy.
sense.
You're going to be in the, you're going to be like the 8 or less type of range.
For what though?
For any free agent.
Any free agent?
Yeah, they're not
even a wide receiver. They're not going to pay.
I don't think so.
Wow, I don't agree. I think they're going to pay big bucks to land a wide receiver, a stud.
I mean, the only stud that's available, like in a trade, Tyler Lockett makes a lot of sense, but I don't see them going out and throwing out
my guy. What
3
about
years,
my guy?
60 for Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
Godwin's
that's my
tagged.
guy. My guy, Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Do you think we try to trade? I think make him and Darnell Mooney.
Well, that's the one.
Oh, he might get cut.
Yeah, they think that he's
traded. That's right here.
They're going to trade him.
Anybody interested? Let's talk Amari Cooper, then come back to DK Metcalf. I think I'm predicting the Bears are going big at receiver.
But why is Seattle trading DK Metcalf when he's so young?
They're not going to. They're going to reload and get Deshaun
They're
Watson.
unloading guys like their quarterback that's 33, Bobby Wagner it's 31, and now what is DK 24, 25 years old?
Well, this is what happens though, and part of the reason the whole Russ trade happened is because how many picks did they give up for a strong safety that can't make turnovers? How many draft picks? Like, if you want to have a fun show, we could talk through how bad and overrated John Schneider has been ever since the Legion of Boom came and went, right? So yeah, why is DK in play? I know that they think that they're going to turn it around, but they have so many holes on defense. They have so many holes on offense. They have to hit reboot right now. And so they're going to be in a place where a lot of these guys are available because they don't, let's just recoup picks and try to see if we can get this going faster so that Pete Carroll has another chance at this. I think everything's aggressive time.
Let's go through that trade real quick.
I don't think Cooper was the pick before White.
They got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and I think
Cooper
a fifth.
went.
And
he did go before, but he was a couple picks before.
Yeah, he was a couple.
They gave up a 5th round too, though. They gave back to Denver.
We're talking about 2 different things. I want to make clear. I know this is Jackals Don't Do Shit segment, sponsored by Plumber Nation. Whoever that, I'm just throwing that out there. But anyway, Amari Cooper went where? I think he went 5th.
It's like 4th or 5th. Yeah,
this dude went 7th.
Didn't he go 6th to the Raiders and then 7th?
I don't think it was
Kevin White was 7th. Did they? They traded up for him.
There was a pretty legitimate rumor out there that Pace actually was intending to draft Scherf.
Cooper went 4th. Yeah, so Cooper went 4th. Scherf went 5th. Leonard Williams 6th.
Leonard Williams was the pick.
7.
That's right. The bust at 7. That's how it went. Cars, because you're good at this. We're gonna turn the page on Amari Cooper for a second. I believe that's what I would do. People are saying he's going to be traded. He can't be traded. Am I right? His contract is so big.
No, they can trade him. They're trying to trade him right now. They're talking about it all day today.
Yeah, they're
talking
trying
about
to get
Is anybody going
somebody
to take on $20 million?
Well, they're trying to do
over the barrel.
What they're trying to do is they are trying to trade him to get a pick out of him, and then so that teams that don't necessarily think they've got a shot at him at free agency, you have a shot now. But no one is wanting to pay him that because listen, Amari is really good, But I think for the NFL, it was very telling that it seems that Dallas is wanting to stick with an injured Gallup over Amari Cooper.
Right here. I got Cowboy fans that told me the same thing about him. He doesn't show 100% effort.
Yeah,
that showed up on the Raiders as well in a couple different times. So yeah,
and that's why they let him go.
That will put a red flag on it for me. Barlissimo, if he hits the open market, we'll pull that tape because we are planning on looking at free agent wide receivers as well.
They're coming off the board. A lot of franchise, Adams franchise.
Mike Williams' deal is
Mike
insane.
Williams.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Mike Williams.
Oh, I wanted him.
Claudio's boy. He would have had two boys, Mooney and Williams. But what was that deal, Jackle?
It was 3 years,
60, 40 guaranteed.
Yeah, 43
40 million guaranteed.
Yeah, 43. Yeah.
Wow.
It's fucking wild, man. So the top 4 wide receiver free agents are either out or been taken or hurt. The OBJ is probably the only guy left, I think, but he's going to resign with.
And I mean,
the Rams.
I think he wants to be out there, and I mean, you're talking November or December probably at the earliest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before you see him back. The Bears can't play that fucking game this year.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it.
Yeah, okay. I don't think the Seahawks are going to trade DK Metcalf, so we can.
I do think Tyler Lockett is a bigger opportunity, and that guy does not get enough press or credibility for how good he is.
One of my favorite players coming out in that draft as a slot receiver. He's became more than what I thought he was at Kansas State.
His numbers are insane. Like if you look at
he is the fucking
Wilson's like QBR throwing to him and his completion percentage to that dude is everything. And if you want like a scary thing for other teams would be him and Mooney paired up. That would be a great look for us.
Lockett is a guy that I always talk about. He's got better top end speed. He's got that Javon Landry, Jarvis, rather. Thank you. Jarvis Landry attitude at the stem. He wants the fucking ball. He could go up and get it. That guy, I don't think the Bears are going to be involved in a trade. I just don't think they have that capability to give away draft capital.
They don't have the fucking ammo.
Yeah.
They got players. I mean, they would have to sell talent,
Well, if you see the Bears make a major trade,
what is it going to
be? It's going to involve the defensive side of the football, and it's going to be
100%.
one of your pass rushers.
Yep.
I mean, just accept it.
Mac. Yeah.
I don't see it happening, but Lockett, I do love that guy. But
I love both the pass rushers, but I wouldn't be stunned if they shipped one.
I would be stunned.
I think you're right. And the reports have kind of been that they're committed to Khalil, but they're not committed to Quinn. I mean,
well, that's
what they're reporting.
Yeah.
This is the thing, and this is where the business big picture aspect of it comes in. And I know Phil doesn't agree with it, but listen, you have to if you have the ability to sell high on Robert Quinn, and there's a team out there that's feels like they're a pass rusher away. Did Arizona tag Chandler Jones?
No, he's a free agent.
So if Arizona comes to you and says, "Hey, we're willing to throw some picks to you guys to replace the pass rusher that just left in free agency," Ryan Poles is going to fucking listen to them, and talk to them.
Well, again, it goes back to my point of the guys over 30, right, aren't most likely going to be. Robert Quinn is 32 right now. He's going to be, I think, 33 in season. So yeah, to that point, in 2 years, when you probably at the earliest have a Super Bowl potential team, Quinn's deal is going to be nearly up. So you're going to do everything you can to stockpile picks to get younger, to rebuild that offensive side of the ball. To your point, Robert Quinn's trade value is so
Let me
high.
ask you this. Let me throw these true trade scenarios out there to get you some offensive explosion and to possibly get you some draft compensation. But this is going to hurt.
So this is coming towards me now. I could take it.
What if Eberflus is not a big believer in Roquan Smith, and you trade him to Seattle, who just lost Bobby Wagner for DK Metcalf?
For what?
DK Metcalf.
For DK Metcalf.
Straight up.
And then you have a secondary deal for draft compensation for Robert Quinn. I mean, you're taking away big on your defense, but you're getting back a big piece on your offense because you're going to have to pay DK Metcalf to be a fixture on your offense.
And it adds the speed thing. You know, listen, I love.
You tell me DK Metcalf and Darnell Mooney on offense for Justin Fields, because my focus is totally shifted to like literally every move that I'm making is going.
Look at Cincinnati. Look at Cincinnati. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, with Uzama, right? Like with Boyd, they've got that wide receiver crew is why they were in the Super Bowl. The defense made some plays, but those big three and the speed they had at that position was the only reason they were in the Super Bowl this year. Absolutely.
But I'm just saying, what's going to come into play here?
I don't know how a coach could not like.
Well, this is the point, Phil. It's
but
not
it's an exercise.
I should have phrased it better, because it's not just Eberflus.
It's the contract
that he's going to have to get. Yeah. Eberflus could be looking and being like, "There's a fucking I love this kid in the fucking draft that we'll have
my guy." I have several linebackers I love. I can't wait to break down
money. So you can give me a top flight wide receiver to help out the most important player on our fucking offense. I mean, I understand, and people.
The kid from Wisconsin, holy fuck!
Oh yeah,
some of his numbers.
You printing something?
The OnStar toilet flush just happened.
Making a poster? Putting it in the wall.
He's doing shit right now. He's doing shit.
I mean,
he's doing the Jackle thing.
I can only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but you know.
I think though, Shane, to your point, it's a fascinating thing, because if Eberflus looks at him as a weak side backer, that has way more value to him.
Absolutely.
If he looks at him solely as a middle linebacker and doesn't think,
then it changes the fucking ballgame.
It changes the compensation that you're willing to pay him, everything. So that non-committal is why they haven't done anything, right? When they're like, we haven't decided what side he is, but his value is going to be super high at weak side, and it's going to be, we could move him for picks if they want to keep him inside.
Jason, did you wash your hands?
He's on mute.
He's on mute. He's on mute.
There we go. Go ahead.
There you go. What did you say?
I said twice.
Okay.
Twice.
As long as you,
twice.
Did you say your
I
ABC?
apologize. I tried to tell you guys at some point I'm gonna have to jackal tonight. So that's all I have to say.
Hey man.
No, but I'm saying this is the thing, and it's
handsome devil, man.
The thing
face only a mother could love, let me tell you.
I like these trade scenarios that make you think, because there's not going to be one of these trades that's made where you're going to be like, holy fuck, we gave away nothing and got back a dude.
You use Chandler Jones, right? Like, what was the trade that got him from New England? Was it Chance Warmack and something else from Arizona out? Like, nobody saw that coming. Nobody knew what that was. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Part of the thing with Roquan is it's 100% the fucking deal.
Oh,
he's going to be signing. And
I don't want to sign on to DK Metcalf because of some of the things that, he's a one speed guy. He's a big guy, but he doesn't give me that
fucking beast
things that I like.
He doesn't give you a will linebacker.
Well,
Which
not
we're
even
gonna
that.
do,
I
right?
just don't see the quick twitchy at the point. Maybe he could be taught, but I just think
I love Roquan the fucking
Just saying, trading Roquan's pretty crazy right now with
Why?
the moving to 4-3 because he's the best damn will blind linebacker they got on their squad. Like, where are you gonna?
It's meant a ton to us the last 4 years with Roquan. I mean, we've
Yeah,
DK makes
agree.
$4 million this year.
No, I'm making a fucking joke of that.
I
I
know.
think he needs to play better. I just think people in Chicago fucking are in love with any fucking linebacker that shows a fucking pulse. They're like, oh, fucking Buck is it's the Bears all over again. I'm serious. It's just why the Bears are fucking stuck in reverse half the time.
But Shayne, we've talked about this. Like, he's fantastic sideline to sideline.
Yeah.
He's not causing a ton of turnovers. He's not getting the quarterback. A lot of that has been use. I'll give you that. But when you're talking about a guy that's just a tackle machine and is giving you 1 interception a season, I think it's like 2 sacks and 1 forced fumble a year. Like, that's not a guy that you go out and throw Darius Leonard money at. And so
here's the thing that I'll push back. He's never been the will. He's a perfect will. So
that's why I brought up the point. It all depends on what Eberflus.
Yes, they have to sit down with this guy.
Eberflus may be in love with somebody in fucking free agency that we haven't even really touched on, or somebody in the fucking draft and said, hey,
this draft linebacker wise,
it's
loaded. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just letting you know, if you want to become a patron to check out some of the breakdowns, that we got a linebacker from App State. You look at his combine numbers. My guy Ryan from Montana. Holy shit. This freaking kid, what an athlete this kid is. You talk about being a will linebacker, Mike.
Nobody's
from
fucking
Wisconsin.
offering you 2 first-round draft picks for Roquan Smith. No fucking way.
Well, that also speaks to value, right? Like, I don't even think you're probably getting a first-round pick for him because of the position and the value that people like.
Thank you, Troy Anderson.
At linebacker, you're paying guys that sack the quarterback 10 plus times a game, and otherwise, 10 times a season. Otherwise, those guys just aren't getting paid. Look at CJ Mosley and the big deal that he got from the Jets. It's it hasn't been a good deal.
Got like fucking 85 million, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or 80 million. Yeah.
You can't pay tackle machines. Like, he's a great player, sideline to sideline. We want to see more. To Phil's point, the staff's going to determine if they can get that much more out of him. But yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they made a determination like he's just not going to be a 20 or 17 million a year guy. Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how that shakes out. We're going to see who Ryan Poles is.
Absolutely.
Coming up. That's what I'm really interested in seeing. To Shayne's point, Eberflus, I mean, if he knows anything, he knows defense. So how they stack this up is imperative. If you're a patron, we've gone over Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks. We looked at Bilal Nichols. And are these guys James Daniels, are these guys we want to re-sign or move on from? All of that stuff are on the table. Is James Daniels going to be back?
No.
What are your thoughts there, guys? Real quick.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
Money.
He could have been resigned at any fucking point. Maybe they have a wink, nod deal with him. Say, hey, we respect you enough to let you go out there, and you give us the right of first refusal. If you go out and get a deal
like Fuller.
Yeah, and then you can come back to us and see. But listen, if you love a fucking guy enough and you can't fucking live without him, you're not letting that motherfucker hit free agency at 24 years old. Ever. Under any fucking circumstance. When you have a huge deficiency on that position group. That's my point. I think.
But Phil, what kills an offense more than anything is pass rush from the interior, right? So
not being able to block it up.
If to Shane's point, if you have a great guard and that's so important, you're not going to let that guy go. That guy's not going to sniff free agency. Not going to even sniff it. And the fact that he is, I think, is extremely telling.
Well, when is the period of they can? What is it? They can talk. What do they call that period of free agency?
Oh, the legal tampering.
Yeah, thank you. The legal tampering stage. It's the Lafetus stage, we call it here at TTNL.
Free agency is entered the Lafetus stage. That needs to be a T-shirt. We have entered the Lafetus stage.
Oh, you know what's going to happen? The Bears are going to draft him now.
I hope they do. They draft.
But
both
Phil,
of us.
you would 100% agree, right? I mean,
what
if you are calling the shots on this team, and you have James, you've seen every snap of James Daniels' career in the NFL to this point multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
If you were 100% sold on this kid moving forward, would you ever let him see the open market under any circumstance at 24 years old?
No, I wouldn't. Especially when you come in your press conference and talk about the identity of this football team and establishing it. You don't let that guy see the light of day of free agency in the Lafetus stages or anytime. You let them know, I want you back. This is what we're doing. But again, when does that stage start? It starts Friday. Is that the first day?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday's the legal tampering day.
Yeah, but that you hear
the official start of free agency.
This is when you. This is when you
when's
get
free agency frenzy at 5:00 on.
Well,
is that Friday?
The kickoff is. This is what's going to happen on Wednesday.
Yes.
You're going to get the tweets from Ian Rappaport that says when free agency opens, so and so, Marquez Valdez-Scantling intends to sign with the Chicago Bears.
So
that is Wednesday, but the official day.
No, it's the 14th through the 16th is when you have the legal tampering.
Tampering is Monday. That's all I wanted to know.
Monday to Wednesday.
16th is the at
5.
He's supposed to be the smartest man. He couldn't answer my question, for God's sake.
We're throwing haymakers now.
Jason Onstad's fucking internet.
It's maybe the worst internet on the planet. Apparently.
Is it showing up on your screen like?
Yeah, you guys all turn into circles.
Yeah, because you're.
Try restarting your computer real quick.
Did you try to restart your modem? Are the kids playing fucking Fortnite? What are they doing?
This is what happens, Phil.
Yes,
this is what happens.
I know.
Sons of.
Son of a those Lafetuses.
That's right. Fucking Lafetuses everywhere. All 5.
This show, I swear to God.
So, Jackal, you got any more questions?
I mean, I've got a ton, but we could do this till 2 in the morning. But
start going rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
All right. So real quick, thoughts on Deshaun Watson going to Seattle.
I think he ends up in Philly.
Yeah,
I think he ends up in fucking jail. Please.
See Claudio had my idea right there.
I don't. Honestly, listen. Honestly, I think it's a shame. NFL has no intent. This dude should not be playing in the NFL. I'm sorry. I don't know. It's not funny.
We need all the details.
No, for real.
I think.
I don't see.
Friday's a big day.
Hold on.
Talking about this dude playing. He shouldn't be playing in the NFL.
Claudio's talk.
People forget that he's got accusation from 20-something women. Does that not matter?
Well,
$1,500 betting on a fucking game is bad. Though.
Claudio, though, to that point,
hold on. 2 hours and 52 minutes. Okay, I just want to make sure we got
Claudio.
that.
But to your point too, it's not just that he's got those 20 people that have done it. Like he is stonewalling this. They aren't negotiating in faith. They're trying to send hush money to all these people. Like all these things that are lining up. It is the shadiest thing I think you could possibly do now.
And it's a shame. The NFL wants to talk about integrity and all this shit. You put me on. I don't.
When you do that, it just throws me off. I'm like, what is going on?
Real, the NFL is just so not consistent. So it just bothers me.
Well, no, I mean. You can.
I don't want to talk about him playing.
You can punch your wife on an elevator.
Exactly. Kennedy. The father in him is fucking popping off with passion.
Yeah. I was just talking about this today with a customer.
Look at you. That's why I was like, make sure.
Jackal doing shit.
Jackal will forget to fucking clip that part and put it out on Twitter tonight.
Nah, man.
I want to see how many people agree with Claudio. Throw that
he was
comment
the
in
Chicago
YouTube.
Bears and Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy's #1 target last year at quarterback.
Oh, he's an amazing
They were
quarterback, but
prepared to go all
he
in.
just happens to
That
be a
has
fucking
come out
sexual
now?
predator, and I don't think
Yeah,
that
it was talked about
he's
multiple
very
times.
rapey.
I don't
but
know.
Beyond
Yeah.
that, he's
It's
Hey, that's
crazy.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
That's
Friday.
crazy take,
You're gonna
but,
find
yeah.
out more on Friday.
Claudio
what's going on.
taking a stand here.
Yeah.
Another Paisano's loving this.
No, I mean Big Ben has made a career out of that, right?
Yeah,
so you can
right.
still
This
you
is
can
true.
still do it.
You literally
Claudio,
can hit a
but
word
when
Push
a
it
on
to
it.
the
guy
state,
makes a
calls him
mistake
Rapist
20
There's a
times,
big difference between Big Ben and Deshaun Watson. I'm sorry, I hate to be the one to point it out.
here we go.
What's
Give
your-
her her
Up, here it
stand.
comes.
The sheer numbers.
You mean that Big
No.
Ben is liked by exactly 0 people in the NFL? Is that no? That isn't it. Is it? No.
It's true.
I know. Big
Would
Ben.
you like to
She makes
expand
a
on that, though,
point.
Sheri, and explain it?
Yeah, why?
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
so
Sheri.
Yeah, go
On
yell
TV.
at cars, Sheri. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
Pretend
what-
Cars is Greg, please.
What I'm saying is people overlook Big Ben because of the color of his skin. Now Deshaun Watson is going to be persecuted for accusations. And I'm not saying I am a big proponent of when someone makes an accusation, take it seriously, investigate it and do whatever. But
Absolutely.
everyone's already condemning Deshaun Watson. But when Big Ben did it, he like they say, he still made a career. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback now. He got to go out in glory, like
Yeah.
Right.
what he did was completely washed away. But he has that privilege because of the color of his skin.
Well, Ben
Yeah,
was
no.
in the bathroom.
Not in my house, Sheri.
I agree, Sheri.
Why,
I mean,
fuck yourself.
Jesus, cars. Holy
Cars.
fuck.
Come on.
He should have been treated just as bad, for real.
No,
No, I
Ben
get it.
is
I
inex-
the
yeah,
truth
I
will be
agree with
somewhere in there.
Sheri, but I agree.
What is the word? It's
Innocent until
175,000 or something like that. Is that what they've been saying to each one has been offered so far? To what
I
were
mean,
those
that's-
numbers?
It's
I don't
it's
know what's
been
real
north of
and
100K.
fact and false. I don't know.
But
Yeah,
that that amount of money though, like,
Yeah.
is an insane amount of money for innocence, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you think about it, you're talking.
Let me push back. You're tired of this bullshit. Just pay these fucking people and get.
Yeah.
Can't
I
that
wanna
be
play football?
I just want to play the game. I'm so fucking. Just give them. So that's where I understand.
If it was
You
one,
become
maybe
a
if it's
target.
one girl.
He's gonna
Claudio.
plead the
If
fifth
it's
in a
one
civil
girl, if
case
it's
We've
on
one
been
federal.
in
girl,
New Haven.
you can
at
make that
Walter
case.
Camp.
He's
You
in
have
fucking
been there.
Cosby territory, bro.
I get it.
All right, it's
That's,
He could
that's-
be.
no,
He could
Claudio,
be.
very good
He
point.
could be.
not even
He
fucking
could be.
question.
Listen,
Yeah.
he wasn't dropping
He could
fucking
be.
pills in some girl's fucking.
You
drink.
don't know. He could
No, but
be.
you
though.
don't
We
have-
know the facts, guys.
It's not a massive conspiracy of 20-something women, random women, all getting together.
Well,
to
sometimes
do
let,
this.
let me
That
just
could be.
say this and keep it on.
Oh God, no! Don't say this out loud.
Okay, I won't.
Yeah,
There is a pile-on tactic, though.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People
Come in
jump
to-
on the
yeah.
bandwagon. Well, he did that. He was perfectly fine.
But even if it's just one that's telling the truth, that's all. That
I agree.
I agree with that.
Did Robert Kraft?
I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. I just think there's.
Well, Robert Kraft, yeah, but I mean,
Yes,
Robert Kraft was going
Barlissimo
to.
and I are in this.
Yeah, he was going to one of those places where
They
those
willingly.
girls
Yeah,
might
but
be
I mean,
willingly
what if
there.
that's where Deshaun went?
I don't know the case. This is dragged on
Deshaun
forever.
was going on his fucking Instagram.
No, I
looking
know.
For
I
masseuses
mean,
to come
but-
Who?
to his house. Deshaun was.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
He's
did
not
all
gonna
his
come
through
to
his
the house.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So
That's why I don't use Instagram.
Is
Phil
the
does.
is real quick. Has the criminal side of that case been dismissed?
Friday is a big day. He has a civil hearing, he has a deposition, and he's going to
Hold
plead
on.
the fifth in that because
Well,
he
there's
doesn't
no
want to
criminal,
use
it's
it
just all
against
civil.
him in the criminal side of it. So he's going to plead the fifth in the civil side, and then he's got the criminal deposition that is that afternoon.
Oh, he
That's
does.
Friday. So you're going to get more. They're
doing
saying
some
Friday's a big day, and you're going to know more about it. Then you'll actually get some facts, probably outside of everybody's like pontification of what's happened, and maybe you'll see him get traded. You know, I mean, because that's what's going to happen regardless. He's not
Well,
going to be a Houston Texan. He may
They've
be,
reported more than once that Howie Roseman has sent multiple private investigators to Houston to essentially, seek stuff out. And don't forget. And I'm not trying to move off of what Sheri said at all.
No, I agree with you.
100% correct. But let's not fucking forget that the NFL, in a bad fucking way, essentially doesn't give two fucks, unfortunately, when it's about doing the right thing. But don't forget that Philadelphia is more so looking at it, oh, we can get a franchise quarterback at a discounted rate. That's the way that they're going to fucking look at it.
Yep.
Doesn't make it right, but they're saying that Washington and Philadelphia both had deals for Russell Wilson, and he didn't want to play
Denver. Yes.
So that shows you that Philadelphia is all of this talk about, oh, Jalen Hurts is our guy. No,
Right.
that's
Shayne could be
onto
onto something.
Well, I'm telling you right now, watch Philly.
Okay.
Watch Philly.
I always give props to everybody that sticks their neck out there to speak their mind. Tonight, Claudio and Sheri on opposite ends of the table. Don't be in the chat saying move on, because we talk about everything on this show. That's why the show is called Keeping It 100, because that's what we do here. And I really believe that is an important conversation to have. Jackle's giving me information, so he's actually doing shit in a segment. I didn't know Friday's a big day. Shayne letting you know, watch Philly. This Deshaun Watson thing has carried on to the point where he's been inactive, not seen on the sideline, not traded. There's so much smoke around this guy. He was my favorite quarterback in that draft. I really respect the player. But the reality is, football is the game. Football is the game. And we have all seen it from high school all the way up. Some asshole gets a fucking pass. A principal turns the cheek. The college admission guy, Claudio, got a fucking 200 on his SAT. Jackle's a great athlete, got a 180. He made it in. Fucking, you get 250 for fucking signing your name right.
That's pretty bad. Both of those numbers are really bad.
IQ points.
You get more for your name. Don't you get like 500 for your name?
250 for your name. But that's what this. Let's just keep it 100. Sports, professional sports, and football. There's a lot of turning the cheek for the game. Big Ben is the perfect example in this discussion. Well, I'm sure we're gonna have more of it when we find out where this guy goes.
I gotta address this one. I mean, Cliff,
go ahead.
That's just, dude, talk about being fucking clueless to the fucking situation.
Come on, Cliff.
I mean, be better than that. Dude. That's fucked up.
Come on, Cliff.
Cliff has been making some ignorant comments.
Yeah, grow the fuck up, Cliff.
Live in the
How about that?
Yeah, that's really
gone.
that's not a good look for Cliff. Yeah, I'm just keeping it on. He drove off a cliff with that.
Appreciate it, Cliff. But I'm gonna say question regarding Aaron Rodgers. Two things, real quick. Aaron Rodgers. Nobody knows
he's a douche. Yes, he's a douche.
No details on his contract, right? So everybody's saying 153 guaranteed, 200 million. It sounds like that's nowhere near the ballpark of what he's got going on, according to McAfee, saying that Rodgers told him he's signing a team-friendly deal. Do you buy any of that, or is Rodgers the A-Rod of the NFL, just the biggest blowhard, all about me, and he is going to get that big deal?
Yeah, I think it's
go ahead.
A-Rod.
I think he could be like, I'm not getting 153 million guaranteed. That's bullshit. I'm getting 154. Like that's the kind of guy that Aaron is, right?
True. And his deal, I will guarantee, when it ends up coming out and everybody gets all of the numbers, it's going to be one of these contingency deals that changes. Like if somebody goes out and signs a monster deal, he's going to be able to expand on that, and he's always going to be the highest paid guy. There's going to be some sort of a stipulation or escalator clause in there. If somebody,
Kirk Cousins,
if somebody signs a huge deal, he's going to be able to cash in on some clause that's going to push his numbers up even more. I mean, come on. You had Ian Rappaport, you had Jay Glazer, you had Albert Breer. All these guys were out there talking 153 million guaranteed, 200 million. I mean, so maybe it's going to be just it all comes down to the guaranteed money. I don't give a fuck what the first number is,
right?
For the 4 years,
exactly.
It's going to be, if he's getting 4 and 153 guaranteed, that's
a 3-year deal.
Yeah, that's huge money.
3-year deal, 50
Aaron Rodgers is the biggest
Hell of a deal.
ego grabber. It's like that guy that says they don't want praise. You don't have to praise me.
Yeah,
he's the guy that tells you how great he is.
Fuck, have
man.
we seen that before?
But then he wants all the praise. Well, go talk shit. But I can't believe you didn't praise me.
Probably owns cheap
This
mirrors.
is what this guy is. Now, this isn't like breaking news or anything like that. It's been said before, but I'll say it again. It's like there is no doubting the dude's talent. The character, when your own parents disown your parents and your brother, that just speaks volumes. The way he handles his relationships with these women, that speaks volumes too. His ego, it's just what it is. Karma, I believe, will come to Aaron Rodgers for his comments to Bears fans in this city, and I hope Eberflus and Poles use that as the motivation. But I'll say this to the guy asking, how are they going to pay everybody? The cap is manipulated.
Yeah.
Everything's pushed like a credit card.
But they're not going to be able to pay everybody.
Well, they're not going to be able to pay everybody this time.
Look at the
47
Saints.
over the cap now, right now,
Yeah.
as of right now.
Look at the Saints. They did all of this move, and right now they sit at 60 million over the cap because they push deals. Like, yes, you can manipulate the cap, but the biggest misconception about basically playing with the cap is that you make money go away. You don't. You take money that you're going to pay today. It's the wimpy from Popeye, right? I will pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. That is what they're doing. It's like, yes, I'm getting paid 40, but I'm going to take 10 of it this year, and you're going to pay me 30 million next year.
It's the Bobby Bonilla New York Mets deal from back in like fucking 2000.
Still getting fucking
This
checks.
dude is still
Yeah.
getting paid. That was the smartest deal anyone ever had.
And Shane, I think you touched on it earlier, just with respects to the Packers. It doesn't really fucking matter. Like, this was a deal that was geared towards the fans the last couple of years. This is over. The ship's like sailing. Like, this is the Packers like send off. Like, you know, they're going to bring Rodgers in. They're not bring him in, but pay him the money that they should have paid him a couple of years ago instead of trapped in love. And then they're going to have to really retool because they're really going to have to do something.
That's a huge factor in here too, because if they've had 2 years with Jordan Love now, and they know that he's fucking terrible.
That's the biggest
If
take.
they fucking believed in him one iota, Aaron Rodgers would have been fucking shipped out. They would have taken
Very good
all
point.
those fucking draft picks. That tells you all you fucking need to know. I saw some dude put out there today that now Seattle has, or the Colts have the assets to trade for Jordan Love. I'm like, they don't have a 6th rounder? What the fuck?
There's 70 million under the cap too.
What is anybody going to give up for Jordan Love?
You're not getting a first rounder.
Fuck
You're not.
no.
You're not getting a second rounder.
Yeah,
You're
it's
maybe
conditional third, maybe.
Dude, I heard a guy say you give up the impending free agent you're thinking about signing for Jordan Love. Like, that's who you're fucking giving up for him. Like, he's not worth fucking a 6th, 7th rounder right now. After what they saw against the Chiefs this year, they were like, we got to fucking trade this dude. He's garbage. And his value's at the lowest it is right now, I think.
It never, to Snake Eye, the Snake, I'm with him. It never made sense to me when you have Walter Payton at running back. You don't go back and draft another guy until Payton's of age. Even better than that, a quarterback on an elite level. You got John Elway.
To their credit, if you go back and leading up at the couple of years, yes, they were massive numbers statistically that we've never even seen in Chicago, but Aaron Rodgers wasn't doing what he's doing now leading up to the Jordan Love pick. And that I think that they thought he was going to start his ascent back down. And he's, say whatever you want about the dude. He got drafted in 2005, and I think he's got like 85 career interceptions since 2000. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy. That's all he has. But listen, Jackle.
To take over the North and never give it back.
Never give it back. Jackle, you have a couple more real quick.
Yeah, I have. This is it because it's been a while. I just have a question that I was going to ask Brock, but I was just more. I want your guys' thoughts on it. You know, Who is more NFL ready coming into the draft? Would you say an offensive lineman by nature or a wide receiver?
Oh,
yeah, I know it's condition.
Lineman.
It's situations are situational and all that shit. But who would you say? Yeah,
offensive lineman, because fundamentally, physically, you saw tonight Brock Hoffman is prepared with his personality. There is a known commodity at that position. When receiver, it's almost like a universal. You're going to learn different languages at offensive line. Okay. If you were going to pair those two, though, you're going to be more prepared to go in there. Okay, we reach block here. We combo block here. We do this here. We run zone this way. All of these things he's done in his whole life. So there's no like barrier that you have to learn and then have to apply it to the level where you're playing NFL corners.
Right.
They're both challenging, but offensive line is universally.
I'd say outside of the first round, though, because like look at the guys like Andrew Thomas and some of these other picks. Like when you look at early first round, these guys are drafted on traits more than anything. And some of those guys are home run picks. I don't want to take away from it. But like look at Sewell and how poorly he started this season and what he became. So it really, I guess my way of saying it is if it's Detroit, it doesn't matter which one you pick because that team's going to find a way to fuck it up to begin with.
Well, receiver, you see the transition, right? Randy Moss, Justin Jefferson. I'm trying to think of rookies that went out there and just.
Well, look at Amon-Ra St. Brown or whatever his name was for Detroit. He had a way better season than Sewell did coming out. First round to me is fascinating because there's so many guys that do what I hated about Pace. This is a high ceiling but ultra low floor guy, and for everyone that looks like a Jamar Chase and talks themselves out of it, there's like Charles Rodgers in Detroit and Mike Williams in Detroit. I should probably stop picking on Detroit, but all these teams in the first round, they look at elite traits or elite size, and they kind of get lost in like Kevin White, right? We get lost in everything.
I'm sorry. Can you give
got a hanger?
Everybody's forgetting.
A little Coke Rock fell out.
Get a little itchy there. Yeah,
it's Trent Emery.
Kevin
Can't
White.
remember his name. Shane, can you help him out?
We had an even better question. Yes, the answer is yes, Shay.
Sheri. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Do you like shea butter, Sheri?
Of course I do.
Heck yeah.
Although shea butter is spelled differently than that, but yeah.
Yeah. Shea butter though.
Bill's still trying to figure out what a left guard is.
I was thinking he's talking about 55.
That was awesome.
But
I apologize.
Jackle, I think your segment's a home run.
I like it.
Don't sway.
It was good, Jackle.
Debate.
Don't sway the crowd, Shane. I want reviews.
I'm reading the reviews.
Oh,
Thank you,
okay,
Shane.
My bad.
Yeah, I'm reading.
What?
Exactly. Claudio's like, what?
Oh,
At least he didn't do it inside of a Michael Myers mask, right? Like that was.
You fucking killer! There's a fucking killer!
Everybody's like, where the fuck is Claudio? Hey, cut it out. He hasn't done anything.
Cut it out. I've had sex with many women and they all loved it.
I'm cutting out Jason's
I'll tell you
fucking
what,
internet
Deshaun
connection.
Watson, he shouldn't be in the NFL. Let me get my Chris Maddo. I'm telling you right now, Mikey.
Where's the Seinfeld? Bring the Seinfeld back.
No, I can't do it.
Everybody
right.
loved the Seinfeld.
Put pressure on him.
Don't put pressure on me.
I have a question for Shane.
Whoa. Questions for Shane. The new music.
Fire away, Sheri.
So rumor has it you cook some awesome ribs. When we getting the invite to the next cookout?
Yes, Sheri.
At the tailgate. At the tailgate.
He's always hyping these ribs.
Next tailgate.
I've sent him pictures.
Is he going to show up for the tailgate? Go around
I'll be there.
the horn
I'll do
here.
it.
Are you there?
Yeah. I'm not even the biggest barbecue snob on this panel, Mr.
No,
Hogan.
you're not.
If you look over at Lord Hans over here.
Oh, is he?
He does his own rub, and you buy your rub, but yeah, you're not doing it right.
Looks like a rubber, I'll tell you.
He told Ryan Cox to go fuck himself the other day when he wanted to buy rub at a store.
Hold on. I tell Ryan Cox to go fuck himself every day, first and foremost. That's first and foremost.
Where's his music coming
This
from?
is the barbecue
feeling it,
music.
but I'm
Talk
like-
barbecue music.
This is not barbecue music. It is not
I've barbecued
twanging
a lot of
enough.
times. This is not the music.
Chris,
Yeah.
I do not sauce them. I use a dry rub.
That's a boy.
Shayne is a
Atta
smoker.
boy.
He's a toker.
Yeah, I have a
midnight
Traeger. I use a Traeger.
Ooh, got a Traeger over there.
A Peter Schrager.
Newest invention here is called the Cobb Quickie.
Good corn on there too.
We do. Can StreamYard? Can you give us some new music?
Sheri, I will invite you to New York.
Yeah,
and I will make you whatever ribs you want.
Didn't
and
she
we can
come
go
to New York?
live. We can go live,
Yes, I will.
together, and we will tell Cliff to go fuck himself. How about that?
Yes.
There you go.
I am a road tripper, so
Cliff
yes,
is
I'm
taking
always
it on
willing
the
to get the road.
Listen, Jackle, great job. Can you remember the left guard's name, Chris? Exactly.
Begins with fetus.
Everything
somewhere
begins
in there. There's a
yeah.
I hate you for that, Phil. I will never remember that dude's name.
It's not like you did it once either. Like it was like 57 times.
It was. That's what. And Jackal proved my point. He couldn't remember.
Must have been at the top of your fucking.
I was busy in
class.
the back there trying to do some stuff.
I don't know how Jackal comes through on these drops.
Because he is. Because
Because it's not me doing it.
How does he do it?
Because he's the man, the myth, the legend. That's.
Can you do it here and answer the question for this guy? Ready?
You mentioned bringing in some of the free agents from the Colts too. Who do you think is going to play that?
What?
Your mom? Oh no, sorry. Damn.
Golly, what the hell is going on?
What the hell is going on? You know what time it is, guys. The Jackal Show. The Jackal Show. Could have a nice ring to it. Actually.
Claudio and Jackle.
These guys will tell you.
The best abilities is availability.
You know how I feel about stats. Really, stats are for losers. Final scores for winners. And that's really what it's about.
I don't give a fuck that he's smart.
All right, nobody likes brags.
Nope.
Yes. Fucking drops. Jesus
Nobody.
Christ.
Jesus. Where is the moment of the show where
Yeah, and
Jason Onstad's internet service provider gets better?
We're gonna do a little bit different shout out segment tonight.
Yes.
It's actually gonna be a little bit shorter. Jason's gonna lead us off, but then Phil and I are gonna go and nobody else is.
Yeah.
Phil and I have to do a special
shout
out. We're gonna take our ball and go home after that. But
Oh,
Did you shave the ball?
Shout out Tape Never Lies. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
The network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this part, signal show is at its end. But for me it's so important to thank the charter members and the fans. Built the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth, no narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Claudio and Shayne getting nervous cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say that get the shot of vital. But hurry up cause the postman's getting homicidal.
shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby, shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holler at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. This is strong.
I'm gonna shout out everybody before they cut me off. Shout out to the TTNL family. Love you, Phil, Shayne, Jackle, Cars, Pod, even you, Jason.
Hey.
Hey, Jason.
I said,
All right. What?
Get in somebody's ass today.
Guess it's just us in here.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
goddamn.
Thank you. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Oh, there he
It's kind of
is.
weird that Jack was in the middle, but okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, listen, let's just
We
do
need
this
roll.
right now. Hit the red button. Somebody hit the ended
Hey,
button.
shout out.
Fuck those two.
Shout out.
Hit the
They don't need a
button.
shout out. It's nothing
Now.
important. They don't need to do a shout out.
Oh yeah.
I love all you guys.
Jason
I tolerate you guys.
Onstad, you were the patron winner. What was the contest again, Shayne? Do you remember?
Oh, hold on.
I don't know.
Jackle remembers.
Wasn't best internet, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I do not have a
As it goes out.
Oh my god.
Total
He bought
ass.
the manscaper, didn't he?
Oh,
Russell.
Russell, yes.
Russell.
He does.
OnlyFans. Oh,
Sure, you're the best.
You know who does have one though is Angelo. So if you
Angelo.
guys, if you just look up Angelo Wallingford, Connecticut, it's his username, and you will find it.
He's worn that Angelina Jolie stand.
I wish
Out.
I had that
Out.
pure bliss drug.
No, we're very economical, my family.
I never get them.
All right.
Jason, you got a shout out.
I do. I have one and only just one shout out. It's our dude Spencer.
Look at
I want to
that.
make sure everybody can see.
Let me
That's how this whole
on you. There
this
you go.
whole thing started, and that kid is one hell of a fighter and an inspiration to everybody. So Ryan Cox, you should be proud of that for sure.
Yeah, man.
That kid kills it.
Well said. Did you have fun, bro?
Hell no,
Send it in.
this was brutal. I can't believe I can. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it was a great time. It's always fun cutting it up with you guys, whether it be in the chat or doing this. Either way.
We appreciate you, in all seriousness. We had a lot of fun tonight. Glad you came on and truly appreciate your support. I'll say it again. You and your wife behind the scenes going out of your way for TTNL, proving what Cam Beige has said. This is more than just football, it's family. And I appreciate
Cam's
you.
100% on that.
Yeah, and I appreciate your support on that and everything you do. Become a patron. Me and Barlissimo, Shayne are going to be breaking down wide receivers in this draft, middle linebackers, offensive centers, guards, all of that stuff. Draft Mob is going to be back. We got a lot of exciting news and interviews and former Bears players like Chris Zorich, Eric Kramer, Steve Edwards jumping on the channel to break down some of these potential NFL prospects, as well as looking at these free agents. I hope you guys really support us to get that push to 1,000. I want to thank everybody on the show tonight, and I'll kick it off for our shout out, Shayne. Do you want me to go first? Or
Up to you. Doesn't matter, man.
I just want to shout out Brock Hoffman for coming on the show tonight and really pulling the curtain back and showing the kind of person he is. Lacetus, got to shout him out. We're having a lot of fun with that, but in all seriousness, all the best to those two Va-Tech guys getting ready for the draft. I'm going to be interested. Now I'm just a huge fan of both now. So Lasita Smith, I cannot wait to see where this kid goes. Maybe we can get him on the show and hopefully.
I'll work that. I've been talking to Brock quite a bit
Did you?
over the last couple of weeks.
Great.
His dad started following me tonight and wanted to shout out everybody.
Yeah.
So that was great. I'll hit him up and maybe we can having them both on maybe
that
before
would
the
be
draft at
great.
the same time would be great.
After their pro day, see who did better. That would be a lot of fun.
They'll have fucking rib sauce all over
Rib
their face.
sauce. Exactly. And I want to shout out you, Jason, for coming on the show. Everybody thinks they know or can do and jump on here, but as you could see, it's a lot of embarrassing moments, technical issues, things that happen.
Oh, yeah.
But I want to shout you out for coming on here and having a blast with us. It was a lot of fun, and I don't think I had a lot of laughs tonight that were needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to shout out all of you in the chat that came 2 hours before the show started, Claudio.
Yeah, the
people
chat
in
was
the
rocking,
chat.
man. I
always popping.
I got on here probably about 10 minutes to 8 just to check out some stuff, and the live chat on YouTube was rolling already. So
yeah, we're just gonna cover that chat room with that shout out. That's Cars cue to bounce probably.
I love you, Cars.
Cars,
Bye,
Lord Cars. Everyone
Gotta
say
go.
goodbye to the Lord. Should we play his song as he leaves? Everybody, yes. Oh, he's muted. He's muted.
I expect a coordinated dance next week. To that.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah. So, lady, thank you. Have a good night.
Have a
Later,
great
Cars.
night, Cars. We appreciate you. Lord Cars, ladies and gentlemen, who's leaving the house tonight. But we have some big news tonight in
Remember
our
the-
shout out. Shane, you want to kick this off?
Yeah, gonna see a little bit of a transition here with TTNL Network after tonight. Phil and I started off on this venture about 2.5 years ago at this point. When we left where we came from, we put ourselves out there and had people actually coming to us. It was a neat process to be a part of. I think Phil and I were equally blown away with the number of places that, you know, sat down with us and really wanted our content to be a part of their product overall. And so we sat down with multiple people, and we sat down with Shy City Sports, Steven Johnson, Zach Pearson, and Phil and I, to a man, as soon as we sat down with them, we texted each other after we got offline. It was just like there was something about those guys that kind of drew us to them, and we felt very, very comfortable. And that's what kicked off our relationship with Shy City Sports that has remained until this show tonight. TTNL Network is moving on from the affiliation with Shy City Sports officially at the end of this show tonight. They have been the presenter of Keeping It 100, and we are very thankful and appreciate all of their effort and hard work by Zach and Steven, especially helping us, you know, with the StreamYard, getting us advertisers, and Steven with his graphics, and ending one of our most important shows early while we were on live. We'll never forget that. So that was a great moment in TTNL history. But you know, all great relationships, there's a beginning, a middle, and the end. And this end is not sad. There's no bad blood. There's nothing but love here. It's time for TTNL to expand and not have really anybody with us. It's we're gonna do this all, Shayne and Phil and Claudio and Jackle and Sheri and Cars and everybody behind the scenes that's involved. We're gonna move forward with TTNL Network, ourselves. Our show will no longer be broadcast on any other Shy City entity, no their YouTube page. But we still do, encourage everybody to please head over to Shy City YouTube, hit that subscribe button, follow them on Twitter. They're going to still be doing their thing there, covering the Chicago Bears in the way that they feel fit. And that's really what it is. This isn't a sad day. It's a thankful day because we're very appreciative of our affiliation with those guys. And like I said, Steven and Zach specifically, because it's, as we've said here 100 times, it's not just about football here. It's about relationships. And there's been bumps in the road, just like there always is in any type of family. And you work it out and move on. And those guys, I don't think I'm speaking out of hand here, and I think that they would say the same thing. They're going to be brothers for life, guys that we always keep in contact with, feel like if we have any questions, concerns, that we can. So it's just time for TTNL to take that next step and essentially free ourselves, and we're going to control our own destiny moving forward and do it our way 100% and not have anybody tied to us. We want to see where that takes us. We're excited. We have new shows on the horizon that I think people are going to love. Some very big announcements coming up as we expand our product here. And end of the day, like I said, one more time, Shy City Sports, thank you so much for everything that you guys have done. Steven Johnson, Zach Pearson, thank you very much. You guys have been great from Jump Street to us, to Phil and I. No animosity whatsoever, and we want that out there publicly because everybody thinks that breakups can't be amicable, and this one 100% is.
I would keep it 100 if.
Yeah. Yep.
So let me just say this. I also want to double down and say thank you to Steven and Zach for their hospitality, their class. When we took on this journey from the old network, it was full of gray skies and complete just shock and frustration, as well as determination. Like, we go into the game of football, and we knew content creation wise, no one is better than we are. And conversation, there's no script. We never play that game. I don't want you to follow me if you're not on board with the ride, if you're not on board with the debate, if you're not on board with the truth. And I stand by that. Truth is amicably, we knew we're growing in a way with which we got to be better. And we're moving forward in that. And we have some big things planned. And it was appropriate that, the conversations all the time in friendships and relationships have to end on the bottom line of truth. And truth is TTNL and you fans and everybody that want things a certain way are going to get that. That's the goal for me. When I created Lord Cars for the last 24 hours, I'm thinking about you fans having a laugh in this, let's be frank, crazy world. So to come here on Wednesday nights and to the patron side and have a network that you can rely on, that's going to give you the truth and the facts and debate one another truthfully, whether it be in football or the cap or a player, whatever it is. That's what we're going to do. And if this is what you signed up for, all I ask is you believe in us as we move forward. Our other news, the podcast version of all our shows now will only be found if you are listening. I always say this. I think I got to say this first, Shayne, because I say it to everybody. You always see me promoting our show, the best Bears show on the planet, not Best Bears podcast, because we're not a podcast. We're visual. The Cobb Quickie can't be seen. The go fuck yourself and all this other stuff can't be. You have to visualize it. That's what this whole premise was to come here, to be a first, to be unique, and everybody else is copying. And it shows. So what are we going to do? Get better, do better. So if you're a listener of a podcast, you're going to listen to this on the podcast. The authenticity of this show will be found audio-wise only via Patreon. There's not going to be iTunes. Give us your support there. I'm not begging for shit. You love this show. You love the network. It is family. That's still there. You can listen to the audio on YouTube for free if you want. But we're going to put all our audio, so if you're a truck driver, I know that is something. Become a patron. Shayne will have the audio version.
Join the push to 1,000, man. That's going to be a big part of what we're doing. We want to hit that 1K mark because, again,
you can't beat the tape never lies and rely on audio.
Right. Yeah, it's we play our drops like this. Imagine some asshole driving down the road listening to that on a podcast. I mean,
what are they doing?
Yeah, that's weird.
The best ability is availability.
Exactly. So
what are they doing? Why aren't they talking numbers?
Just go over there and check out the tapeneverlies.com. I'm telling you right now, you will not regret it. It's $7. And if you decide that you don't like it, you're not locked in after that and you're out $7. But I think
you saw Jim Larison, Shayne. Yeah. He was a fan of us.
Yeah, without that guy,
he brought me and Shayne into a huddle and said, "You guys are too talented, too big for this. Your ideas of Phil, you bring all these people together, these fucking care. Who the fuck is this guy? Without me, no one knows Claudio, right? That's the truth.
First time I've ever done any podcast was with you guys, of course.
And he didn't believe in himself, but my wife believed in him, and this guy next to me, the smartest man. Yeah." Bring on Claudio. This shit happens.
You want it?
Sorry.
No. I was just saying. You called me up. You're like, you want to help us out with this? We're doing this on our own, and I'm like, of course, man. I'm there. I'm gonna help out best I can, and I'm still working on it. But you know what?
It's a show
every night.
Podcast, Claudio. Get it right.
Show. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Now you can't. Can you practice one yo without Shy City Sports? It's gonna be, yo. This is Claudio the Barber, and this is the
TTNL's Keepin It 100.
There you go. That's gonna be your new open next
week.
Starting next Wednesday. Yes, we'll be broadcast only on TTNL channels. We have been offered another place, Shayne, but I haven't talked to you about that. But we're turning him down. We're staying here. I'm just announcing that tonight. TTNL solo. But everything else, again, Steven and Zach, amicable, best for both worlds. What was that? What's that? Best of both worlds, whatever. Just move that way. Spencer Strong segment. All of that stuff continues under the guides of the smartest man and DDP. And of course, Jackle will continue to not do shit. There he is. Look at him.
Yeah, and like I said, one more time. Free agency coming up. We're going to go live as soon as shit breaks. We're going to go live before it. If you're a TTNL patron, everybody that's in the chat will tell you about that. You want to get into the draft. We're going to be hitting overdrive. It's going to be new music, new content, new features that we're going to bring to you guys. One thing that we do with our Patreon money that you guys bless us with, we always are concerned with dumping it back into the product to improve however we can. We're not just sitting idly by and saying, give us your $7. We're that's part of this process of us moving and spreading our wings even farther. So please join the push to 1K. Check it out, and I think you guys will love it. One more time, appreciate you, Shy City Sports, Steven Johnson, Zach Pearson. See, Jim was in the chat. Couldn't do any of this without Jim really helping us get this entire network off the ground. I'm not sure if Phil and I could have ever pulled it off, without him. But yeah, there we go, man.
What
a little
the
bit
hell happened there?
I think Jason Onstad's internet attacked your internet.
You didn't get the same message? None of you?
No, I was all of a sudden up there by myself, and
it says error, not your fault, StreamYard issue.
I like it. So anyways, what I was saying.
This is the best Bears show on the planet. I'm working with some of the best people on the planet too. And honestly, I can go on for hours just naming people that have helped out. But next, we're producing a credit scene with me and Caden Whitlow, one of our producers, Ron G, Cool Kennedy, the production of this beat here, as well as all our songs. We're going to release our new song on our new night, Shayne. Should I give the name of the song?
Go ahead.
No. Your gut. Name of the song tease for next week, or wait?
Drop it out. We'll let the patrons know first.
Okay. I will let the patrons know the name of the song that will be on next week's Keepin' It 100, new original music. That's the other thing about this show, Claudio. We have original music, and we got some great guests lined up for the coming month, as well as continue. I know our guy, Shayne, your boy, Matt Waldman, he's lining up to come on and break down some wide receivers.
Love it.
On the
Nobody
patron
better.
side. On the patron side.
Yep.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. But yes, Barlissimo, me and my dad breaking down center Saturday, Sunday, Draft Mob, breaking down interview just like this, breaking down the tape live, DeMarco Johnson of App State, and we'll be talking all draft. Maybe we'll get Barlissimo's second live mock draft. Check him out tomorrow night on, what is it again? Ranks Show? The Sick Podcast. The Sick Podcast. He's going to kill me for that.
You guys can tune in, and George got a new haircut.
George cut his hair. Shout out to our guy, Barlissimo. He's really excited about his new haircut. Give him some grades. Tomorrow night, he'll be on Adam Rank. He did it for a great cause, childhood cancer awareness. Shout out to you, Barlissimo, for doing something like that. It says a lot about you, this network, the integrity. Shayne killed it when he was on. I'm looking forward to seeing what George can do. Claudio, Jackle's already writing his grade on you, George. Look. Tune in tomorrow to our guy Adam Rank on the Sick Podcast. I love that guy. And we got our guy George there, 12 inches off his hair. Give a child a real wig. Would you like to wear Barlissimo's head?
Not even a little bit. No. No.
Claudio, as a barber, have you ever had anyone come in and donate their hair?
Yeah, lots of love. It's got to be at least 10 inches. You got to put it in a ponytail and snip it off. Yep.
That's the same stipulation my wife had, but that's
it's not
totally different. Oh, yeah. That's why she picked me. What else can I say?
Anyway, that's the news tonight here. Yes, we're ending our relationship in a positive way. We're moving on. TTNL solo, the push to 1,000 on the patron side, and really, once again, appreciate everything Shy City Sports helped in the process of building this amazing network and these shows that we have on. And like I said, those guys, if you're interested in trying your hand at the judges and getting your show on the network, don't forget that. That'll be coming up this off season. You have plenty of time to do that. But that being said, Shayne, is there anything else that you wanted to say?
Onward and upward. TTNL.
I think we could bring
24/7, 365. Everybody knows it. And shit's going to get crazy here, and we want it no other way. The NFL never stops, nor do we, and you're not going to find better content anywhere when it comes to your Chicago Bears. TheTapeNeverLies.com. Join the push to 1K. I think you'll appreciate it. You'll love it. Best $7 you ever spent. And if you don't like it, just cancel your account. It's all good.
That's it. $7. Wait, we have that graphic. There it is. $7.19 for Hershey's. $6.99 for Stacy's.
Are these updated though? The prices might have went up.
They might have went up. You're right, Claudio.
might
Should
have-
we
Yeah,
go
those
up, Claudio?
Those are prices per gallon of gas around the country.
How much was this, Claudio?
Oh my God, that is not on my service list right there. That is the neck up. All I do is the neck up.
All right, guys. I hope
Yeah.
you all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. 3 hours and 44 minutes. Jackle's been working the timestamps. We're going to have a lot of promotion. If you want to be a part of the network, always reach out to Chris Jackle, myself. Also, go over to the swag shop. Support the swag. That's ttnlswag.com. I'm getting one of these. I'm serious. I was like, I got to get this, man. I love the new graphic there. Stats are for losers. That's a TTNL hoodie there. Maybe we'll get a shirt of this. Lord God. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Who's our guest, Jackle, next week?
What's next week's date? We may have Dan Weeder on, but we're trying to figure that out, and we'll let you know next week.
All right.
Or as the week
Jackle
goes,
doing
that's what I
shit.
meant to say. We got all sorts of irons in the fire right now.
All right. I appreciate that, Pete. All of you guys in the chat. Claudio, your next job is to get one MVP of the chat. The chat MVP. If you had to pick somebody tonight,
MVP.
Oh,
well,
now?
I didn't know. I would have. I knew I was
Pick
going to do that. I
somebody.
would have paid more attention.
The
but
Tape
HL
Never
Priest.
Lies Network, home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
This has been a Shy City Sports presentation and a Tape Never Lies Network production. Keeping it 100. Thanks for tuning in to the Tape Never Lies Network.
Oh, this.
Thank you, Shy City.
Peace.
We love you.
thank you guys.
Cars says bye.
No, there will be no more one-up fantasy.
Ah!
But
Jackle is a free agent.
Stay
That could be
tuned.
the
We have-
Jackle
He's
Claudio
shopping them
show.
around.
This is the after show, Claudio.
Yeah.
Negotiations are to try to get you and Jackle.
Yeah, we're seeing wherever the
fantasy
fuck we
show.
can sell them off to. We'll take anything back in return.
Palace-
Jackle
those palaces
Infernicola
didn't come from
fantasy?
anywhere. You know what I'm saying, Shane?
But you know what we like to say
We're gonna
here
call
on-
it double up fantasy.
Yeah. You know what we like to say here on TTNL?
You mentioned bringing in some of the free agents from the Colts too. Who do you think's